Did Spider-Man Brand New Day save the MCU Spider-Man? Is it the best live-action Spider-Man of all time? Today, we will discuss those kind of things on episode 204 of the ReelTok podcast. This is an all things Spider-Man episode. We are mainly going to be reviewing the brand new Spider-Man Brand New Day. And then we're also going to do not a collaborative ranking, but similar to episode 200. If you've seen that, we have a collaborative list of our Spider-Man rankings. So like no vetoes or anything. It's just a combined ranking of our list. As always, shout out to our executive producers, Cole Beaver, Sam George, Dylan Flanders, Stefan Johnson, and Ollie Powell. We appreciate the support week in and week out. Really couldn't do it without y'all. Thank you to all of our patrons for supporting. If you want to check out the Patreon, obviously link in bio. Discord itself, I think, makes it worth it. But obviously, we have extra bonus episodes. This week's bonus episode is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" By Joel Cohen. So that will be coming out on Saturday. This week, we have a Q&A episode on Friday. And then on Wednesday is our all things Spider-Man draft. So I'm kind of going to draft best Spider-Man, best swinging, best suit, that sort of thing, right? So obviously, that comes out on Wednesday. But thank you to all tuning in. We appreciate it. We will be talking Spider-Man later this episode, talking some movie news that came out this week. But as always, we'll start with how we've been doing, what we've been watching. Mr. Tyler C. Whitmore, how have you been doing and what have you been watching?
Good. And if you're listening to this one in Spider-Man, the timestamps in the description will point you to the review if you want to jump ahead. We always get those few comments that are like, man, you guys took forever to even get to the movie I'm here for. You can skip ahead with the timestamps in the description down below.
That's also true.
But I've been good. I just finished up my 4th travel within like 3 weeks. So I'm done for the next 2.5-ish weeks, which is really nice. So was in Louisville this week, but I fly into Cincinnati every time I go to Louisville because I can get a direct flight there. And because of that, I was close-ish to Columbus, like an hour and a half. So Cam and I linked up on Monday night and went to see Spider-Man Brand New Day at the Columbus, Ohio press screening, which must I say, left a lot to be desired in terms of the screening environment. Columbus, I don't really know why you're chosen to be a press, because so usually like 99% of movies that have press screenings have, I don't know, say 50 cities in America will show it that night. I'd say that's probably a good estimate, 50 cities across country. But for Spider-Man Brand New Day, there was like 12. So it was a lot less and people had to travel a lot further. So when we got to the Columbus press screening, one, theater wasn't that big or anything. It was kind of looked like it was on the Ohio State University's campus. It seemed like more of a, more independent artsy cinema as opposed to like a megaplex. Yeah. The theater itself, when we got into the theater, hot as hell. Like it was hot as hell in that theater. And I was thinking it was just me, but the guy like mentioned it to Cam. The guy in front of us turns around, he's like, dude, it is so fucking hot in here. I'm like, okay, it's not just me. Hot as hell in theater. A dead pixel on our screen that was lime green.
That was killing me. That was
really annoying.
Not to be like pure cinemaphile, but that was kind of killing me.
Yeah, and it was like in a pretty, like if you're watching ReelTok right now, you see like where Cam's nose is on our screen. That's about like where on the TV that dead pixel would have been. That was really annoying too. And then there's probably like 12 people. I texted in our group chat just like a joke saying like, if this is indicative of Spider-Man's box office, which as we've seen is not true, and this thing's gonna flop. But it's so weird. Like Columbus is just like not a major city. It's like a 3rd-tier city population wise. So when we were talking to people before the screening started, we're like, yeah, we're here from wherever. And they're like, yeah, I drove 3 hours from Lexington, or I drove 3 hours from Fort Wayne, Indiana, or whatever. It's like we didn't meet a single person that's like, yeah, I live 10 minutes away. Like everyone's like, yeah, I drove 3 hours for this. So I'm like, why the hell did they have in the city where no one is from here? And the press, like they didn't even seem like they've done press screenings before, because like the person's like, we were like, do we need to sign in or anything? She's like, oh no, I'm just gonna like count how many heads are here. I'm like, literally anyone could have just walked into this thing. They did not like
the posters afterwards. They're like, did you go to the movie? Yeah.
Yeah, they were giving out special like Spider-Man posters. He's like, walk past it all. He's like, did you just watch Spider-Man? We're like, yes. He's like, okay, here's a poster. So it's like they were very not locking things down. But it was a fun time seeing Cam for sure. We got a nice dinner at a Mexican restaurant. Mm-hmm. Pretty mid food, but it was a fun company at least with Cam. And that's kind of we just ate Mexican food, watched Spider-Man, and then recorded some TikToks after, and then we both drove 3 hours separately back to where we had to go, Cam to Indianapolis and to Louisville. Next
Cam,
morning.
what phone do you have, brother?
Dude, it was when I sent it to Tyler, if that's what you're asking. I have a 17. Okay. It was when I sent it to Tyler. I don't know what happened. I apologize for the potato.
The comments on
that we recorded on.
Yeah, it was not a great environment.
Did well though. Still did well though, Tyler.
Still did well. So that's all that matters. But yeah, I mean, a great time seeing Cam. It was a blast getting dinner and drinks together. And then just worked in Louisville for the week. Was a really wasted work trip. My boss was sick. One of the main reasons I go to Louisville is like meet with my manager, and she was sick, which is perfectly fine. I do not want to get sick. So stay home and work remote if you're going to be sick. I think which is weird because COVID was only like 6 years ago, but I feel like corporate America, and not even recently, like probably already 2 or 3 years ago, already swung the complete back direction where it's like being sick, you need to push through it. You need to go to the office. Don't be a loser. Like at least for the company I work at, and I feel like some of my friends' companies, like I thought COVID would have made it an environment where if you're sick, companies would be a lot more like, yeah, for sure, like work from home, like feel better. Like we don't want to get others sick. But I feel like literally COVID opened up, a year passed, and then all of a sudden it's back to the classic corporate grind where you're like, wow, you're sick and staying home from work. You must not really be a grinder. But she was sick, gone. But then she's like, well, at least you have this mandatory training on Wednesday that you have to go to. So like you're in town. It's not like a complete wasted trip. Waiting in the room for Wednesday. There's like 20 of us in the room waiting for this mandatory training. The guy's like, sorry guys, family emergency. I got to change my flight and I got to leave now. So I'm going to cancel this and reschedule it for November. So I'm like, all right. So just came here for no reason. So I just drove back to Cincinnati and chilled. But yeah, overall solid trip. I've now done Louisville, Los Angeles twice, and Minneapolis in the past 3 weeks. 4 trips in 3 weeks. Done for the next 2.5 weeks.
One of those LAs was pleasure, to be fair.
One of those was for sure, but
just one.
Yeah. But that also was the one that started the one. So I feel like if that was like the third trip in a mix of 4, that would have been like a nice, like, all right, I got like a nice refresher, but
that's fair.
Then it was, well, I guess like my second trip was for a wedding too, which is technically pleasure, but yeah, so lots of airline time for me lately, which is not always fun, but happy to be done for a little bit. I'm going to get a ton of stuff done around the house. I'm kind of going through like a identity crisis with my office. I might just completely reorganize it today. We'll see. It's been a year since I've lived here, and I feel like every year or so I get the itch to just completely reorganize my life for no reason whatsoever, but just because I get bored of the same old.
I get that.
Yeah, we'll see what I get up to this weekend. What I've been watching, quite a lot of new releases. I've been really ticking off some 2026 movies that I've been missing out on. Watched Goat, which Cam, have you seen Goat?
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, it's fine.
My review said it's like very funny how just like it. Obviously, it's the Seth Curry movie, but it's like so like Steph Curry narrative of like, yes, you can make it into the league as an undersized guard, but you better hit every single 3 and be the quickest player that's ever been seen, like on earth. Like you better make every shot ever. It's very
I thought it was cute. Caleb McLaughlin kind of outside of Stranger Things, he's kind of in a basketball system actor because he's done that LeBron movie and the Steph Curry movie now.
Jesus, he was in that LeBron movie. I forgot.
Yeah, well, wasn't he like he wasn't the guy who played LeBron, but he was like the main. He was like the main character they were following in the movie. Yeah, he wasn't LeBron, so he's a kind of a system actor there. But shout out Nick Curcio on TikTok. If you're not following him, he also has that podcast, The Hollywood Hang. But cool dude. Met him at South by Southwest, but he wrote the story that this movie was based on. So shout out him for it's cool to seeing his name pop up in the credits. But yeah, Goat's cool, completely inoffensive, kind of cute, fun. I enjoyed it. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Then of course we're going to talk about. Then I watched Evil Dead Burn because as I texted you guys, like what I just talked about for the listeners, my whole work trip like kind of was meaningless. I'm like, whatever. I'm just going to go see a movie. Evil Dead Burn. Dude, this movie's freaking gnarly, man. This movie's gnarly. The freaking, I mean, spoilers for the next 5 seconds, but when he just shoots himself in the head 3 times, that shit was crazy. It felt so video game like how everything negative that would happen to him would just fuel his powers more. Just a gross movie. Honestly, The 2013 like Fede Alvarez Evil Dead like scared me a lot. Like I genuinely consider that a very scary movie. And I'm not trying to be like a macho, like this didn't scare me, but this movie like didn't really scare. Like, you didn't feel
No, it's not
like a scary movie. This is just a very gross and very intense movie. Like there's so much gore, so much violence. More like a thriller. It just felt very video gamey to me, like a complimentary way, but very upsetting too, especially like the end 30 minutes. So there's a lot of cool things about it, but this is just like very much not a movie for me, like not a movie that I go out of my way to see or enjoy. So I thought it was competently made. The practical effect work was awesome. And I thought the main dude's like power scaling was pretty cool, but I was just like very upset the entire time watching this movie and very just like, I'm grossed out right now, which is like exactly what it's setting out to do. But you know, people are like, why you rate this low? It's just like, it's just not a movie for me. And that's really mainly what my ratings have evolved to the last, few months to years. Like I'm really just, is it for me or not? And this one, not really. And then watched Tuner. I think George watched a couple weeks ago. I think it's cool. I think Cam, I think you dig this movie. I think it's fine overall. I think a lot of people have really loved it, and I just didn't quite get there. It's one of those that the entire time I was watching, I was like, yeah, this is good. Like like I'm waiting for it to take that turn. It like felt like it was always on the edge the entire time of like, oh, it's about to like get into that great territory. And it stuck the landing. Is just like a fine movie. I think the ending scene is pretty cool. I think maybe I'm closer to like a 3.5 realistically, but Leo Woodall is great in it. I'm excited to see him in Tony. I hear a lot of people talking about his supporting performance in Tony, but he's great as a lead in Tuner. But yeah, just like a cool heist movie. It's very by the book, pretty predictable. The main character is like a real dumbass, which is kind of refreshing because I feel like a lot of time heist movies are like some kind of genius or smart and like master planners. This guy's just like a complete idiot. Watch Blue Heron. I know George did not. Well, I guess he gave it a 3-star, but he was disappointed by this movie. I love this movie, man. This is my second favorite movie of 2026 now. This movie punched me in the gut. A lot of people compare it to After Sun, and I think that is warranted. It has to do a lot with reflecting on your own life through memories, and looking back at familial struggle through the lens of a director making an autobiographical film. And I think her name's Sophie Rambari. Let me see. Yeah, Sophie Rambari. Very impressive filmmaking. It kind of takes place in two timelines. One of her as a kid, and the back half is more of her as an adult, grappling with what happened when she was a kid. And yeah, it's just a tragic movie about parents seemingly trying to do everything for their kid, one of their kids, and just nothing seems to click. And I think Cam, especially if you watch it, to me, like, I don't even have a kid, and it kind of terrified me. Like one where just like a kid is a troubled kid. And I feel like a lot of times people like to think like, oh, like, just get them help, get them therapists, or like, be stricter with them and they'll get on the right track. But some kids, just some people's brains are just wired incorrectly, and they got them like 10 different therapists help. They kept seeking professional help to try and help their son, and just like nothing seemed to work. And I feel like that's just so terrifying as a parent to like see your kids struggling, and like everything you try and do, like nothing seems to be clicking. But this is a really good movie. Blue Heron, I couldn't recommend it enough. And then I watched Propeller One Way Night Coach. Have either of you watched the John Travolta directorial debut yet, where he's wearing the beret?
No, the beret. Where
it's on Apple.
He like de-aged about 20 years and wore a beret.
Yeah. It's on Apple TV Plus. It's like an hour long. I thought it was cute. The average rating is like 2.5. I had a good time with it. I gave it a 3. I thought it was charming. It's basically a Propeller One Way Night Coach. It's basically a 1 hour long autistic bedtime story where John Travolta is kind of recalling a story from his childhood when he went on a plane for the first time with his mom, and how blown away he was by the plane and the pilots and the engines and everything about planes and air travel, and just like completely autistic about it in a complimentary way. And I don't know. It's cute. It's basically literally like an hour. He gives the entire voiceover for the movie when it shows like a kid version of himself, of him and his mom just going on a plane. It's back when they were propeller planes, which sounded like the worst travel ever. I honestly had never reasmuch much into that, like the TWA Airlines, but like flying from New York to LA was like a 3-day journey where they stopped like every state. And pretty much they had to stop, refuel, and take off. They're like, yeah, we had to go from LA to Philadelphia to Cincinnati to Columbus to Denver. I'm like, man, this is a long ordeal. Air travel must have sucked back then. But It's cute, man. I had a good time with it. It's kind of funny. I had a fun time with that. I think it's a charming movie from John Travolta. And as I said in my letterbox review, keep reminding yourself of like, imagine him in the audio booth recording the voiceover for this movie in the beret, and it will continually just make your viewing experience better. Like something silly will be happening. You're just like, picture him like voicing over this, just wearing his beret. Cause he probably is, and he's probably so serious about it. And that's what's so special about it. Then I watched Her Private Hell. Really dug this, man. I think George, what did he give it? I think Seth, you'll really like it.
I think I'll like it.
Not rated from George, of course. But
fucking guy.
This is maybe the most visually stunning film I've seen this year. The lighting and the cinematography is so scrumptious. It's classic wet reference style. It's neon soaked aesthetic. First movie Sophie Thatcher's been in. That thing's really good, but this cast is really
Companion
fun.
was fun. Come on.
Companion was fun. I don't think it was good. I think it was like a 2.5. Like it's fine. But like Charles Melton in this is fantastic. Havana Rose Liu, great. I like Christian Froseth a lot as well. And then Diego Calva, shout out my guy, being in this. Just a very fun, kind of up and coming cast. Very much a story of daddy issues, mommy issues, and having Charles Melton and Sophie Thatcher on kind of these alternate journeys that ultimately converge, and they're both going through their own struggles. One of those that when you watch, like, not everything's gonna click for you. Maybe people listening, it did for you. Not everything was clicking for me, but I was kind of just in a trance this whole movie because it is so gorgeous to look at. The mist in this movie, it's completely a film that does not take place in reality, which is awesome. And who did the score again? Where is it? Man, I know. Okay, I noted in my letterbox review. I know that. Pino Donaggio's score in this is one of my favorites of the year. I really love the score in this. I just think everything about this movie aesthetically, visibly, audibly, beautiful movie. And the performances that were really compelling as well. It just really like lulls you into this acid trip trance that is just a wild ride that by the time it gets to the ending, it really is quite emotionally impactful when the movie ends. So I really dug Her Private Hell. Curious to hear other people in the comments if they enjoyed it, because I know it's a divisive movie right now. Then I watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which we're going to review on the Patreon this weekend. And then I watched Nowhere, because I Want Your Sex comes out, or it came out technically yesterday, but I think it has a limited release. But I haven't seen any Greg Araki films, so I want to
watch Mysterious Skin.
So let's give me the next one for sure. I'm probably going to be watching that today. But the first one I started with was Nowhere, which I didn't even know until after the movie that it's like the third movie in a trilogy. But I think it's one of those like
it's like a thematic trilogy. It's not,
so it's not one where like when I found that, at first I was like, fuck, I fucked this up. But then I was like, no, okay, never mind. It wasn't like they were building on each other or anything. But
yeah.
What a weird film, man. It felt like to me like Linklater and Lynch mixed in a very horny way, and so much of the second act of this film especially was like, what the fuck is going on? But I just loved how it was I love this commentary and identity and the search for love. And I feel like at this age when you're just in high school, like everyone's trying to find connection and friendships and love, and sometimes you look for it in the wrong places just because you want to be loved or you want to be included so bad. But then this movie just takes such a crazy turn the second half. The editing in this I think is super cool. It just felt like a acid-laced Dazed and Confused, which I really enjoyed. So Greg Araki, my first Greg Araki, I dug 3.5 stars. I know it's a cult classic that a lot of people really, really love. I know when it came out, it wasn't really loved that much, but I thought it was cool. I didn't love it, but I think it's one of those that, I don't know, it's just a lot on first watch. So I'm sure maybe over time I'll appreciate it more. Yeah, that's what I've been watching, as well as Love Island UK. The finale just happened. Shout out Love Island UK. But yeah.
Awesome. Seth, what have you been up to?
I'm good. Watched Spider-Man at the screen the other day, which was it's cool, man. Like the screens where you don't get assigned seating, you have to like get your own seats. It's like a little bit of a nightmare sometimes if you get there slightly late because the queue was like mad. The line was crazy, but yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day, went to a little event for that. That was cool. In terms of this week, just been doing my kind of stuff at home, been running a lot, been doing kind of nothing really this week, just making videos, kind of the usual stuff. Got a party coming up this week with my management for their like summer party, so that'll be cool. And then got an event for the end of Oak Street, which is kind of I texted you guys this the other day. The event is like an all-day experience centered around the film. So going to like these set pieces, I'm assuming they built and like workshops and whatever. And I'm really excited for the film. I think it looks incredible. I'm really, really excited for it. David Robert Mitchell just makes really interesting work. But the screening at the end is in 40x, which is
Dinosaurs are gonna eat
like,
you.
It's like for a first watch of something, seeing it in 40x.
That's insane.
That's like my hell. I know George. I remember. I think it was George and Sophie did that for Furiosa. First watch.
Anne Hathaway comes out and kisses you.
Well, then I would probably quite enjoy that actually. I think like it's tough, man. I think 40x is like I'm so anti 40x. I think it's so much fun for about 2 minutes, then it just wears off, and then you're like, I just want to watch the film normally at this point. It's just boring. So that'll be fun.
What day is that?
Is that Friday? Oh, it might be actually, it might be the week. It might be Monday. So like,
can't wait to hear your experience with that. I think 40x, like they basically try to copy like Universal Studios rides and make it for a full movie experience. Yeah. It's perfect for the 3-minute ride. Like, and even that sometimes can be a little much. But like, if you want 40x, go on a little ride, or like just let me watch a trailer for a movie in 40x.
Trailer. It's just like it's just a gimmick for. I watched
it's a gimmick.
I watched Back to the Future in 40x like a few months ago, and it's like
time travel literally.
That'd be so cool. For 5 minutes, I was like, oh, this is fun. And then it's like, oh, I'm rocking in my chair again. Sick. Like, I just want to watch the film now. So I'm very anti 40x, but the event sounds pretty fun. So I guess that'll be, kind of enjoyable. And I mean, it's a film I'm really excited for as well. Not really done much this week. Just been kind of standard, really. I watched a few films. Into the Spider-Verse, rewatched that for the first time since 2022. Actually, I watched it for the first time.
It's a good movie. Watch it every day. It's what you should do.
It's very, very good. I actually liked it even more on rewatch. I think like every frame, man, it's stunning. The way like every emotion, every mood is centered around the colors and how it works, and same with Across the Spider-Verse as well, which I do need to rewatch. Also, it's pretty amazing. Watched on Bad 2026 releases Tyler. I finally finished the Strangers trilogy that they made in like a month. I think that was the whole like gimmick that they made the whole trilogy in like a month. It's genuinely contender for the worst trilogy of all time. It's a 1-1 and a 1. That's pretty impressive if you ask me. I don't know why I watched it. I was just at home bored. I was like, oh, let me just finish this trilogy off. It's so fucking bad. It's so bad.
So what are the 3 movies in the trilogy?
Strangers Chapter 1, Strangers Chapter 2, Strangers Chapter 3. Okay. That's it. It's like directed by Rennie Harlan, who did, I think, a couple of the Nightmare films, I want to say. Die Hard 2 as well. But they're just awful. Like they're just so backwards and have a misunderstanding of what makes the Strangers as a concept so scary. Watched Seance, which is a Kiyoshi Kurosawa film, has the kind of strange, ballsy vibe that is present throughout all his films, but just didn't find it quite as intriguing. Watched Unstoppable, which I think Tyler, I think you'd really like actually. It's the Tony Scott one with Denzel and Chris Pine, where they have to stop a train. Released in 2010. Crazy. The energy through this thing, it's like a wrecking bomb the entire time. So well charged. And like I said in my review, like Denzel Washington is the guy that you need when making a film on like a near catastrophe, whether it's like flying or a train or like a bus or some shit. He's the fucking man. Chris Pine, dare I say, Chris Pine's kind of underrated as an actor as well. I feel like people don't really discuss him, and I really like him in like everything I watch.
Was he C or C minus? I don't have I think it was C minus for us. I think it was a high C minus.
If I change that now, I whenever I watch Chris Pine, I really, really like him in anything he's in. He's great. I wish he'd do more stuff. I still need to watch his directorial debut. Was it Pullman?
Pullman, yeah, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, heard very bad things about that in general. But yeah, like pretty standard week. Not really much to go over. Trying to think about anything else. No, not really. Just kind of patiently waiting for the football to return. Yeah, that's it for me. That's it.
All righty, very nice. I was obviously out last week. It was Bailey's birthday, which was tons of fun. It was our first time like throwing a birthday party. So next week I'm in Michigan, and we go to Michigan every year with our family. And normally that kind of overlaps with Bailey's birthday, so we just do something for him up there. But we were home this time, so first time like throwing a party for him, and inviting some friends of his from school and our neighbors and stuff. So I just had hella anxiety all day long of like, I don't know. What if no one showed? What if this is a Bully Bailey Walsh event and they put a big picture of his face on the screen? Like just anxiety of being a parent, just wanting everyone to show up and support, and they did. Believe it or not, like people came, and that was a lot of fun. And we've never reached out to a family who Bailey says Bailey comes home and names one person in his class, because he doesn't know. He's 4 now, I guess, but like he doesn't know who these people are, but he knows one person's name. We were able to get their number and invite them, which was fun. And then our neighbors were there, and like his cousin was there, and family members, and so it was very good. We did it at like a putt place, and had a good time. So that was lots of fun. Also went to the 5 Seconds of Summer concert last night. Emma's favorite band. We did like, she did the whole shebang because she loves them so much. So it was like early entry, sound check, all of that. So long day at the I don't know, the music hall. But
was it at a stadium, or was it just like at a?
It was Indiana has like a music place called Ruoff that's like just a Palladium type thing where it's got like a big lawn. So it's got like the pit, which is right next to the stage, obviously, and then it's got a row of a bunch of seats, which you have to pay more for, and then it's just a lawn where people camp out, or not camp out, but like throw down a towel and sit on it and listen for the thing. Lawn? We were in the seats, so when we bought the early access, you basically, we bought the seats, and that comes with the early access. Like she was like, I didn't know this was like sound check and everything, but hey, why not go? That's kind of fun. Like they did like 20 minutes of interviewing where 5 random people got selected to go ask them a random question, and yeah, that was fun. Their like encore was a AMC We Come to This Place for Magic spoof, so that that got a smile out of me, I guess. That was fun.
Who opened for them? Anyone like
the band Camino? Sorry, the band Camino. I didn't know him. My Emma's friend M, who does some design work for us. You guys know Em. It's her favorite band, so she was very excited for the band Camino. I listened to him and I was like, hey, I like this music, and then haven't listened since. I texted her. I was like, I'm gonna start listening to him. Have not yet. So yeah.
Name a 5 Seconds of Summer song. Come.
She looks so perfect. She looks so perfect standing there. I feel like that's probably their most popular one.
I thought that was One Direction.
Wait,
that's One Direction, isn't it?
No, it's they're One Direction light.
They're One Direction light. They are a boy band. You would also know they have one with the Chainsmokers. Give me a sec, and I know it. It's a good song.
I don't think I know that one.
I can't think of anything by them. Looks so perfect, Stan. I thought it was One Direction.
Who do you love?
Is it?
That was like past the Chainsmokers prime a bit, but
yeah.
I've heard that song.
It, Tyler?
I know I've heard it. We're getting copyrighted.
So conspicuous. I know like lyrics to it, but I couldn't sing it for you. It's a good song. Yeah, it's a good song. But we had fun. So that's what we did last weekend and why I missed. Next week I'm in Michigan, so I probably will miss next week. Apologies. But this week was Spider-Man week, obviously. And it's like I owe my life to Tyler C. Whitmore. I owe my heart to Tyler C. Whitmore. I have nothing left but Tyler C. Whitmore.
You owe me anything, Cam?
No, nothing for you. I had such a great time in Cleveland, Ohio. Made a nice 3-hour drive, Columbus, Ohio. And I hate Ohio State, but had a great time on campus because I got to see Spider-Man Brand New Day on Monday. Got to have a nice meal with my friend. We met Nick Gets Real and Austin Burke. Like they were there, but they also made a 3-hour drive, I believe, like you said, Tyler. So shout out to them. Very nice people. Tyler's much better man than me. Like, we recognized Austin Burke like probably 5 minutes before Tyler introduced us. I was like, I'm gonna act like I've never heard of this person before. I'm gonna sit in my shell.
You just gotta say hi to people if you know.
Yeah, no, that's not an option for me. What if they put up a big picture of me on screen and start bully Cam Walsh event? No. But like Tyler said, it was like 15 people in that theater. At that point, just put a sign up and be like, "Hey, does anyone want to come see Spider-Man Brand New Day?" But yeah, it was a very fun time. Really, obviously, I love watching the movie. I watched all of the Spider-Men in preparation. I watched
literally all.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't see Letterboxd.
Tyler,
I know he does this, but
like this is what he does it with any franchise. You know this. This is what he does.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
I watched them all. Which honestly I love doing. I love Spider-Man, man. He's the coolest guy ever. I watched the Super Mario in the last 2 weeks. I've watched the Super Mario Galaxy movie twice because Bailey really loves it. We watched 72 Hours. Not like the worst movie.
James Franco one? Or was that
why is that not on my diary? I swear I logged it.
Is that 300?
It's the Kevin Hart SNL cast one. So like the SNL cast is out on a bachelor party. And so like this doesn't happen in 2026. Like you don't text the wrong number because you only have contacts. So yeah, whatever. But they text the wrong number and it's Kevin Hart and they're like, "Hey, you got to come to the bachelor party." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm going to," because he feels old and wants to rekindle with the younger generation. And, premise of this movie could have been like one of the worst movies of all time. Genuinely kind of funny here and there. So congrats to 72 Hours for not being horrible. I got Emma locked in on the MCU. She's full on locked at this point. Went to see Spider-Man on her own this week. Crazy. First time ever experiencing a movie in a cinema alone. Opening night at Spider-Man. She said no one was talking. No one was going crazy. Indiana's not really
really in America.
Indiana's not really like a crazy place. Like no one here cares. I don't know. You got to go to New York or LA. That's the only place you're seeing.
You got to go to a Fever game for people to start shouting crazy things.
The Fever are I don't know. Fever getting crazy right now. What's her name? Fuck Sophie Cunningham, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, I watched Thunderbolts with her last night. She said she liked the message, didn't like the Thunderbolts team because they're all just Captain America. I was like, yeah, you're right about that. They're all just Captain America. And she said that Bucky was too good for that movie. Not Sebastian Stan. No, not Sebastian Stan, just Bucky in general. Like he's the Thunderbolts are below him. She was like, he's been in Endgame. And I was like, yes, he was.
I saw you at 4.5. What was it initially for you? Did it raise lower? It was always 4.5. Okay.
It's always been a 4.5. Banger movie. Cried. I watched the Avatar movie. Maybe I should have rewatched all of Avatar. I haven't watched that in a long, long time, but they lay it out for you. I think I would have felt maybe a little more emotionally connected if I just watched the show. I really liked the show as a kid. I just haven't watched it in so long, but it's a fine movie. It's pretty cookie cutter, but it's totally fine.
So is it the live action or the animated Avatar that they announced like 2 years ago? That whole like MCU timeline chart of like the release in like 5 movies.
They were animated, I believe.
So is this like the first one of that plan?
There's a new animated movie coming out. I don't know anything about that plan, but there is a new if you ever watched Legend of Korra, another show like set 70 years after the Avatar show, I believe. There's a show coming out after that. So there's a movie coming out that's set after that. This movie is set in between the two.
That's
the
movie
Netflix,
did you just watch?
Boys. So those are the live action, and then they're doing a new Earthbend. So this is not because the one I watched is this is not because the one I watched is Paramount.
Okay.
So right now we've got a like prop IP.
We've got a Batman problem in the Avatar universe.
Yes, we've got an IP dispute. But yeah, that's about my week. Let's see. what did I do this week after Spider-Man? Not a whole lot. I actually started working this week, had real work to do. That was crazy. So got back into the office. That was insane. Otherwise, just kind of hung out. Saw like last night we hung out with our neighbors and just let the kids play outside, and that's very nice and very refreshing for the kids. And then Emma and I ate dinner and watched Thunderbolts together, which was a good time.
Yo, Cam, tell the story about your neighbor behind your house. Unless
Oh yeah,
legal reasons to talk about.
No, tell me if this is crazy. Like we have I'm trying to lay this out as best as possible. We have 2 lots back to back. So like my house and then a neighbor's house, but then like there's backyards in between. And then there in the middle of those backyards, there's just a tree line, like a big, probably 20-foot section of just trees. That's all it is. The kids go back there and they call it like their secret base. They're playing and such in there. And it's like, my tree line is maybe a little denser, so like the behind us neighbors can probably see them a little bit better. And they've been doing that since we moved in, so the last 10 months, whatever it is. And they put up a rope line of like just randomly put up a rope line, didn't say anything to us. And so I assume like the kids aren't allowed there. I was dumping my grass into this into this wooded area. Because I don't like when I mow my lawn, I throw the grass just into the woods. They chuck that shit back into my yard and put up this rope line, like in my yard. Like there's still room for the woods. The woods don't go direct, or like your property doesn't go directly into my yard. You don't get all of the woods. Yeah. So just batshit insane. If you're a neighbor or have a backdoor neighbor of any kind, like, let me know if you do that. But also I found out they didn't get like, it costs like $150 to get the city to come out and like draw the line out for them. They just made this shit up. They just made that line up of what they think is there. So I'm about to get the city out there. This is like my most like Karen thing ever. I'm about to get the city out there. And even if it moves an inch, I'm going to put my grass up to that inch. Like I'm going to get it right up there. It's crazy.
This is the hordes of suburbia David Lynch warned us about.
Exactly.
Property disputes and throwing grass back in each other's yards. And it's going to lead to, it's just going to be an escalating battle.
That is exactly what it is. But we're good. And now we're going to talk Spider-Man Brand New Day, which makes me even happier. Was not prepared. Don't have the letterbox pulled up, but I will in 2 seconds. Got it. Yeah, it's a Spider-Man movie. A brand new day starts now. Fighting crime full-time as Spider-Man in a world that doesn't remember him, and the pressure of seeing his old friends move on without him sparks a change in Peter Parker he may not have the power to control, but that transformation might also be the only thing that can stop a shocking new threat to the city and those he loves. A powerful villain no one can even see. You can't see. It's just whatever.
Yeah, but,
you're able to see. But moving on, Spider-Man Brand New Day officially came out the 31st, so technically yesterday. But this one's kind of a weird one because like premiere was Monday, and then they had like Amazon Prime members can see it on Wednesday, the 29th.
And it released. I don't know why, but the MCU films released a day earlier here as well. So we had it on Wednesday.
So you had it Wednesday because every movie says like the 31st, but really it's Thursday previews. It comes out the 30th. So like this movie's kind of been out for a week at this point at the time of recording. And then on Monday will definitely like be out a week. So doing really well at the box office. I've got box office numbers for like a few movies for crazy section.
Like,
so yeah, we're not going to talk that just yet, but I've got box office numbers for the news section. Really, really great performances from this. But we will start with Seth. I believe saw it. I mean, Tyler and I saw it together. So let's start with Seth because haven't had a chance to like fully talk to you about it. So Seth, tell me your thoughts on Spider-Man Brand New Day. Obviously, no spoilers.
Brand New Day. Yeah. So I remember when we initially saw that first trailer. When was it? Like March, I think the first trailer came out, something like that time. I was very pessimistic about this and unsure as to how they would refocus Spider-Man. This is obviously like a reboot after the trilogy. I really, really enjoyed it, like far more than I was expecting to. I think it has problems, which I think we'll go into more in the spoiler sections. Like, you know, it has classic MCU isms that it's going to have, and I didn't really expect it not to. But I think as something they were promising as a Spider-Man that predominantly is street level, I think this is a massive, massive success because it takes Spider-Man back into strips him of his support system, strips him of an Iron Man, which you know was my problem with Homecoming and the likes of, and literally makes him the neighborhood hero that he is believed to be. And this is the first one we've had in a while when New York really feels like a character. Like I think I texted both you guys actually after, and there was several moments in this that just moved me, man, because Spider-Man means like so much to me as a character. Like I love Spider-Man so much, and that's why for me personally, whereas you know No Way Home I do like, but I've not really had that emotional connection towards it in a while. And there are so many moments in this that move me that are so simple but integral to Spider-Man's character because the events feel localized and they feel like, you know, the whole of New York is like intrinsically linked to its hero. And I love that. There's real pride, there's like gestures and signs, and I love that. I think that Destin Daniel Cretton was clearly the right choice for this, and I have no doubt with how the box office numbers are doing. He's going to get the keys to the franchise, everyone was saying. I think visually, like, it's night and fucking day when you compare this and the what do you call it? Homecoming trilogy? Like, what's the word?
Yeah,
John Watts trilogy.
It's the John Watts trilogy.
trilogy.
Yeah, the home trilogy. That makes more sense.
Whatever.
He like it's night and day in terms of visuals. Like you can have slight complaints, maybe a few of the bits. I think a few of the bits like stumble a little bit, but it's literally night and day. It's not even in the same stratosphere as the previous 3 films. It's an MCU film, a Spider-Man MCU film specifically in 2026 with actual visual identity, which is one of the most impressive things to come out of this. With good action for the most part as well, and good set pieces and Spider-Man set pieces. I wish we hadn't seen a few of them, like some of the swinging scenes. I get it. Like we spoke about this during the Odyssey review we did, where we had the Siege of Troy as like what was it, like a extended, I think it was like Avatar or something. I can't remember what it was now, but I understand it from a marketing perspective and I get it. And I think that's what's going to bring people in, is seeing the Spider-Man again and seeing these isolated stories of Spider-Man. But man, I wish we, you know, like some of them like just genuinely brought a tear to my eye because it felt like Spider-Man again, which is massive for me. And I think as well, like what was one of the most impressive things, although it doesn't, you know, strip Spider-Man completely from the MCU because it can't, obviously contractually it can't anyway, just with characters they have to bring in with Kevin Feige and Sony's deal, whatever. But I would say the vast majority of the characters that are in this thing, obviously we'll speak further about the characters in the spoiler section, actually feel integrated to the point where they excel. They improve Peter Parker's, the realization of Peter Parker and Spider-Man's character and the difference between the two. And I think they offer something where they don't just feel like thrown in to showcase the extended universe. And there is a little bit of that with one particular character, which we'll obviously go into. But overall, I think it's a massive success, man. It's not perfect. It's not my favorite Spider-Man ever. Also, we'll go into that later. But I think it's really, really good. A massive success, a massive improvement, and actually feels like an isolated Spider-Man story, which is kind of, you know, what I've been wanting since, well, for me, outside of obviously the Spider-Verse film, since Spider-Man 3. So yeah, I loved it. Great. 4-star.
Awesome. All right, Tyler, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I really dug this. I think a lot of people, when they saw me and Cam scenes together, were like, I saw a couple comments on our like previous YouTube video being like, oh, Tyler's going to rate this like a 0.5 star, 1 star higher just because of the vibes of being with Cam. And as much as I could say I love the vibes of being with Cam, I genuinely do think this is a 4-star movie for me. I loved it. I think, to Seth's point, night and day visually from the John Watts trilogy to this. New York, the streets of New York look great in this movie, like the best they've looked since the Raimi movies. Just him walking around, meeting with Liza Colon-Zayas, who I obviously have loved from The Bear, but you know, Detective Jean DeWolf.
Oh yeah, of course, man. She's really
whenever they're just like on the street level talking in New York City, I'm like, man, this just looks great. I just think everything visually, from the confidence that Destin Daniel Cretton has to film the fight choreography. I think Shang-Chi, the best part of that movie by far was the first 30 minutes when it was all hand-to-hand, like subway combat. And then I think it stumbles at the end when it gets into big CGI epic boss battle mode, which I don't think Spider-Man has the same problem here. But I think all the hand-to-hand combat was even better than in Shang-Chi. I think it was the stunt work in this movie is incredible. I love the suit. Like you can see the wrinkles in the suit. Like it's a tangible, real suit. We've been so used to this nanotech, like fake looking suit that just felt so removed from reality. We finally are back to our roots with Spider-Man here. I think I can't speak to like best iteration of Peter Parker because like I haven't read the comics, so I don't know what he's going for. But in terms of every movie of Spider-Man I've ever seen, this is like the best through and through Peter Parker I've seen in one movie personally. I love Tobey's Spider-Man; he's my favorite one. But I still think from like a start to finish, like in terms of relatability, in terms of how much I was just really connected with what the character was going through, this is the most I've ever felt connected to Peter Parker's story. I think Tom Holland easily gives a career best performance in here. Like I think he's fine in the Odyssey, but I think it's kind of night and day. And I know he has to do a lot more range in this one, but I think he really pulls off the emotion in this movie, pulls off being that hopeful hero, pulls off the struggle of crumbling under the pressure and trying to push through. And beyond that as well, like speaking of Odyssey crossovers, like Zendaya, I thought was so good in this movie. Like all the moments she had to hit her emotional beats blew me away. Like it's just one of those things, like every scene that happened with her that I was like really impressed with. Every time in the back of my head, I was just like, it's crazy that there's just like this large amount of people vocal online that just like are convinced she's just like a horrible actress who's some like
people really is
industry plant. Like people really don't like her.
You are an idiot. It's insane. Like I don't get it at all. It's insane.
She's fantastic. They're both fantastic in this, but like Sadie Sink, fantastic in this as well. And I texted Seth this other day, like Jacob Batalon, like I've never given a fuck about Ned ever. And this movie made me kind of like the movie moved me for Ned, and I was like, that's an
never cared about him at all. But I actually quite liked him in this.
But I dug him. And John Bernthal, I think, including the Punisher in this movie, could have been a complete derail the movie type of thing. Like I feel like the amount, like his characters are very opposite characters of Spider-Man in terms of their emotions and how they react to things, which is like a fun clash. But I think they easily could have overdone it. I think a lot of other MCU directors might have overdone it. But they also didn't just throw him in to be a throwaway character either. I think they just like threaded that line perfectly. This movie made me hopeful about the MCU. This movie reinvigorated the childhood whimsy Spider-Man brings to me. Really just love like just the visual identity of this movie just is just so night and day for the Watts trilogy. It's just like a big whiplash to go from that to this. All the performances I thought in this were really fantastic. Again,
did we know Punisher was in the film?
Yeah, he was in the trailer.
In this movie?
He was, yeah. Like I'm just for some reason I was tripping. Do you know what it is? I'm just so scared of like accidentally doing.
Don't worry, George isn't here. Don't worry.
I'm so scared of doing it.
I'm like Emma right now.
I just didn't want to mention anyone in the film, just
right?
In case, you know.
But like we even knew like Mark Ruffalo. He's in the trailer.
You knew Sadie Sink was in the film. She was cast.
No, I knew. I just didn't want to say like I love Sadie Sink's performance and then say something.
I think there is one character in this movie that I will not spoil that I don't think people
but however, that one character is all over the red carpets and press for this movie. So I'm like, was it a surprise?
Actually, two people, but yes, they're both all over the.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in a second.
But I mean, I really dug this movie. It made me so happy. It moved me. There's some twists and turns that I wasn't really expecting. And honestly, I think one of the most common criticisms I see is that it like suffers from like being overstuffed. Whereas like I personally, like I didn't feel that. I think maybe it's because I'm contextualizing it within the world of the MCU where every movie's gonna be a bit overstuffed. But I think to me, every character that they included, which we'll talk about in spoilers, every cameo and every side character and every person brought in service the story of Peter Parker in a way that I feel like other MCU movies kind of introduce a character or throw them in there just as like a jangling keys. Whereas every single character in this movie served the purpose of Tom Holland's Peter Parker. And I think really all moved the story forward in a meaningful way and weren't just there for no reason. But yeah, I mean, Spider-Man Brand New Day. Who would have thought? My whimsy for the MCU is brought back, and I'm cautiously optimistic. And I was talking with Cam about this, I think, before the movie, but I believe all we have before Doomsday now is Vision Quest. So we don't have any more MCU movies until Doomsday.
Vision Quest, that film?
Like a Vision TV show.
It's like the Wanda trilogy ending. Didn't y'all do? Come on, didn't you do MCU news last week with Comic-Con? Come on, Seth.
We did. I don't think we talked Vision Quest. We actually did.
Come on.
But,
Wanda trilogy ender, man. That's big.
I gave it a 4 out of 5 star, and we'll talk about our rankings when we get to our combined rankings.
Yeah. So yeah, Spider-Man Brand New Day changed my life. I love this movie entirely. Genuinely love the Spider-Man character with my whole heart. Just love everything he believes in and everything he represents. And yeah, this movie brought me to my knees, man, and just made me feel very happy to be in the space that we're in, and just very grateful for all of this. Like I just love this thing so much. I think this is the first time ever the ReelTok podcast is going to be higher on a comic book movie than the Escape Pod podcast. I've been watching their I've been watching their pod. I mean, they still rated it high, but they talked about it fairly negatively.
Relatively speaking. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they gave it an 8 and a 9, and they talk about it like relatively positively, but they talk about a lot of the negatives of it as well, which, we won't brush over. I might, but I don't think you guys will brush over. I think this is just, I don't know. This was everything to me. This was like the Spider-Man movie for me. Right now, I still have Spider-Man, spoilers, I guess, but I still have Spider-Man 2002 a little higher. But we'll see, come my 20th watch of this, will I still have that? Probably not.
Have you rewatched it already?
Yeah, I watched it twice.
I didn't realize you see.
Wait, when did you see it again?
Yesterday.
But not with Emma?
No.
She was 2 days ago.
She went Thursday.
Okay. Okay. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah, I just everything in this movie worked for me, down to the last minute detail. It was perfect. I loved it dearly. I think what they got right with Spider-Man, they got really right. I asked for 3 things before this movie, and I guess I'll talk that more in spoilers, but made a video asking for 3 things. And I think all 3 happened. Like, this was a movie for me.
What were the 3 things?
Well, I'll talk to that in spoilers because I don't want to.
Oh, is it a spoiler? I know one was web swinging.
One was like web swinging. So yeah, the web swinging is way better. The visuals as a whole are way better. Like I posted that picture of just like Spider-Man looking out into the distance. Not just like the volume can be used for good. Use the volume for good. Like the Batman uses the volume for good. You can make beautiful like skylines with it. Use it. Thank you, Destin Daniel Cretton, for saving me. And I fucking love the Home trilogy. There has never been a bad Spider-Man movie. I have every Spider-Man a 3 or higher, and honestly, everyone except TASM 2 a 3.5 or higher. I love these movies. I truly love this character. Like they are just, I don't know what it is about it, but just like the sense of belief and just being a good person and just being there for people, even though you don't necessarily know them. Like it speaks to me, and I just love it so much. And it's just, I think this is the movie for me. I don't want to, you guys all said it. It's really great. It's great to look at. I think the emotional moments do really well. I don't necessarily, I'll admit, I don't really cry during movies, but I was close with this. We'll call it.
This didn't make you cry?
I don't cry during movies. I've cried. I was cried,
dying
like
at the end
truly cry. I've cried during Marley and Me and Iron Man dying. And that's
yeah,
I think so. I think
that's crazy.
I think I've cried like
cry during movies. I'm dead inside.
Easy.
But yeah, just this movie. I don't know. It was everything. I think Sadie Sink, you don't even need to know her character. People are saying like they didn't like her in this. The emotional driver of this movie, and absolutely fantastic. I said it during Stranger Things. Like she's far and away the best part of Stranger Things, but like I think she's the best part of this movie outside Tom Holland. She's really great. Tom Holland's really great. Zendaya's really great. The CEO of Sex is there. The chemistry between Tom Holland and the Punisher, and just John Bernthal in general, like is so good. If you don't know the story, like obviously they worked together on auditioning for these respective roles. Like Tom Holland worked on auditioning for Spider-Man with John Bernthal, and John Bernthal for Punisher, vice versa. And they read lines together, and they're just really good friends. And so they made it happen in this, and I'm glad they did because they're hilarious. I made a video on like this movie's funny. It's not MCU funny in the sense that it tries to rug pull every emotional moment.
There is one MCU funny.
Is it the very, very end?
No.
Okay, maybe I forget it. I don't. Yeah, maybe. But like, I think this movie's genuinely just funny because Spider-Man's a funny guy. Like he cracks jokes. He whips the web and makes a joke. Him and John Bernthal go back and forth, and they're funny. They make me laugh. Yeah, I just, man, I want to get into spoilers so we can talk it more.
Quick
but
question,
I
Carm.
love
Obviously,
this thing.
you'll know. I don't know.
Mhm.
The Punisher, is he actually local to New York?
Yes. Yeah.
He is. So
Yeah,
the
because
show is all New
he's
York.
in Hell's Kitchen is where Daredevil is. Couldn't tell you where the fuck that is in New York. Found out Gooch lives there from the Lights Camera Barstool
Shout out
pod
Gooch,
or
yeah.
Project Big
Gooch in
Screen.
Hell's Kitchen.
Didn't know that was a real place. Thought it was in the MCU. Gooch lives there. But yeah, he's local to Hell's Kitchen normally. So in this one,
Interesting.
it's
Okay,
got the full on New York.
One final thing before spoilers is I love that what they did in this MCU movie that I feel like no other MCU movie really touches on, that people always ask, because they really got back to his like street level crime fighting roots, is they really go over like why, like I feel like everyone naturally brings it up, why wouldn't you, like why isn't there other characters like helping out in these situations? But I feel like they really kind of like said like, hey, like there's different levels to like where we're like resources go, and like it's kind of like, I don't know, I always think it's like when you see Captain Marvel, you're like, why can't she just solve every problem on
Yes,
Earth
yes,
and just
definitely
save
that.
everything?
I think this movie really does a great job with the MCU, like the universe. Like it has its couple characters. Honestly, it has its few characters. They serve their purpose. They move on. Punisher, obviously, in it the most. The Hulk is in it for a reason. And it's just, yeah, I don't know. I don't have really any complaints. I have very small critiques that we can talk in spoiler section. I will say, like, most of this movie is in the trailers, no doubt there.
Well, I think the trailer actually kind of covered mainly the first like 45, and actually hit a lot.
But the hand fight was in the trailers. Like every fight,
the big set pieces. But I think in terms of like the story, and the
emotional moments were not. But the big
25 minutes is a lot.
Which a lot of people are complaining about that. I feel like that way in every MCU movie at this point, any DC movie, any IP movie, Avatar. Like I feel like every big IP, I've watched so many trailers, and I've watched so many TikTok videos on those trailers and YouTube videos on those trailers. I've never felt like that's not been the case. So it doesn't detract for me, but some people aren't pumped with it. Let's get into spoilers right now and start talking those, because I'll talk this movie forever. Obviously, this picks up. It starts right after No Way Home, when Peter makes everyone forget him. I do believe there's about a 4-year time jump, right? Because Ned and Zendaya are.
It's 4 years.
Yeah, Ned and MJ are graduating at the very end. They've got an apartment. They've graduated college. So because like his opening, he's watching the video of them starting college, and by the end, I believe they've graduated. So I do believe it's a 4-year jump. Some people's complaint is like it would have been cool to see those 4 years and then get Brand New Day, and that would have been perfect. I don't disagree with that. I don't think that's a hot take, but I love the movie that we did get.
I disagree. I think it's actually quite good to pick up. We don't need these.
People are just, I think general people just like didn't want Ned and MJ back, to be honest with you. But I like Ned and MJ personally.
Well, like Tyler said, this is the first I've ever cared about Ned. So
there you go. There you go.
Ned actually has moments in this that actually pull on the heartstrings a little bit and actually serves a purpose. So
yeah,
like the first, obviously we're in spoilers anyway. The first sequence when what's the first when they Tom actually Peter Parker actually goes to the apartment for the first time. And again, real movie, by the way. Obviously, we saw this in the shots in the trailer as well, in the first trailer. Real movie, because the inside actually looks like, quite well lit and stuff, which is really, really nice in an MCU film. But that initial interaction with him and Ned, and when he first sees Zendaya and obviously finds out, she has a boyfriend at the time, whatever. Like genuine, like heart-tugging MCU moment, and it feels like they actually served, even just in that singular moment, it feels like those two characters served far more purpose than they have done in so many of the integral scenes in the previous 3 films. I really like that. The first reunion, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it.
I am gonna go through this movie kind of chronologically, beat by beat. I don't know if people like that or don't, but I like to do it with MCU movies, so we're gonna start that. Obviously, yes, and shout out Wikipedia. It does say 4 years later. I know, Paul. I know how long college is. Come on. So obviously, Peter Parker this is doing kind of the opposite of Spider-Man 2, where Spider-Man 2 is Spider-Man no more. This is kind of Peter Parker no more, almost, where he's fighting crime. He's doing his thing. He's very lonely, but he works with what's her actor name?
Liza Cologne.
Liza Cologne. Yeah, thank you. It works with her, and they're cleaning up the streets. You get a montage of him fighting Scorpion. You get a lot of a lot of shots out of comic books. You get against Tombstone. Tyler and I were talking to before of like, they posted that picture of Tombstone holding Spider-Man up and said, "Don't spoil the movie." And then I was like to Tyler, I was like, they spoiled it themselves. No, they didn't, because he's in it for that clip right there.
I thought he was going to be in the film. He is literally in the film. He says one line. What does he say? I can't remember what he's holding him.
He's like, how quickly do you think it would take for you to hit the ground from here?
Oh, yeah.
Which, dropping Spider-Man out of the building, do you know what is bad? Like, come on.
The one thing he's uniquely great at surviving.
Yeah, right.
Scorpion's not in it. Like, probably the first.
No, he gets a little montage.
If he's not in it, like, it's like maybe 20 minutes, first 20 minutes, if that.
He's not in it a whole lot.
He's certainly in it the first 20 minutes.
Is he?
Yeah, because he gets transferred from the damage.
Oh, he gets transferred from the but that's all. Okay, maybe he also is based in the first.
He has that clip at the start, so they do a lot of like Spider-Man 2, the video game montage, and they do a lot of comic books. They just really try to make the first, call it 10 minutes, like, hey, this is what Peter's been up to, and it's a lot of montage and a lot of fights, and it's a fun time. And
he's
then
literally just isolated Spider-Man. Like, it's his job. He has no Peter Parker anymore. He is just Spider-Man. That's it.
And then he's as he's getting into it, you see how lonely lonely is. He's going to a bodega. He's getting some beero, as Spider-Man does.
That was so funny. Cam and I looked at each other during that.
The beero ad genuinely is the only time like Tyler and I went like looked at each other.
We did
like,
the same thing.
What the fuck? It's so funny. I know it's his brand, and obviously he cares for it a lot. It was just so funny to see, because it's like, shit, beero.
Yeah, we did that. I got quite a reaction as well, I think. In my screening. Yeah.
But then you get the opening web swing of him going into the tank, driving through the city. Web swinging looks beautiful. You get POV shots of inside the suit at his eyes.
It's like, that's the thing, man. We saw all that shit. I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
And
it's so. I know this was heavily referenced in Tom Holland's we got in many interviews, and there's another point of reference to this as well. It's so Spider-Man 2 Insomniac game. Like, it's so video game. That is, in terms of the web swing, in terms of the design, in terms of the look, and in terms of some of the specific combat moments as well. It's so Spider-Man 2. I mean, game. Before anyone says like film, I mean game. Spider-Man 2. So Spider-Man 2. Cool shit.
And I wish
we hadn't seen it. That's the bad thing.
I think like you see real New York buildings, you see his web like actually grabbing buildings, like you see it. And again, like John Watts gets cooked for saying like, hey, no one wants to see practical swinging.
As he should.
This is a lot of CGI. Like, let's be honest. It's a lot of CGI, but they do the practical, like they get the practical swinging through the buildings to get real buildings in there so that you can see real New York.
Like a lesser Odyssey, in that the Odyssey thrives with its practicality, but still uses a lot of visual effects and CG, but it uses the practicality to get there, right? So that's like comparing this to the Home trilogy. The web swing looks far better.
And I make fun of him as well for it, but just saying, like, it's a lot of CGI, but it looks really, really good.
He did not actually, jump off skyscrapers and swing through New York City or Glasgow, as it actually was, because they got
so then obviously gets into the tank chase where you get introduced to Frank in this movie. They have their little back and forth, and I knew right then, I was like, this is good, because they were great. And it's funny, like, John Bernthal is obviously from the Netflix Daredevil series. He's got his own Punisher special now that came out, and he's dropping F-bombs, swearing every minute. He's very blood and gory. Like, that's what the Punisher has been in the MCU so far. It's very funny to me. Like, the Punisher was the only one swearing in this movie. Like, he still was swearing the entire time. It just wasn't F-bombs. So, like, not a big deal at all. It's just very funny. Like, he's still swearing. He's still doing his thing. They reserved every swear word for John Bernthal that you're allowed in like a PG-13 movie. They're like, yeah, just give it to this guy. That made me laugh. That was a funny thing. The truck drives through the city and bashes into the damage of control, or the Department of Damage Control building. The driver is just like an elderly woman. This is where you're introduced to the villain of not being able to see her because she's jumping through the mines. Matt Gargan, is being transferred out of the Department of Damage Control and being brought somewhere else. And then she jumps into the mine of the helicopter flyer and helicopter pilot, I should say, and takes him somewhere else. And that kind of starts the movie off of like, hey, who's this new villain? Because Spider-Man is the only one that can, one, stop her, and two, sense that it's happening to other people. I believe
It's literally it follows Tyler. It follows in Spider-Man form. That's literally what
There
it
you
is. It's a cool concept as well, by the way, because it introduces something I think secretive within the first sort of hour and a half. Can't actually remember when it's sort of disclosed, but I like the concept a lot. I really enjoyed this, and it's kind of fucking weird. And the moments when they're just constantly passing through bodies, and this is Spider-Man chase, he's trying to get there. It's cool.
Yeah.
You know, I like
Yeah.
the concept of this. Really, really cool. Literally edge follows.
I was hooked already. Peter, like when she tries jumping into Peter's mind, like that's when you first see May. And I think Marissa Tomei's May Parker is in this for, one scene, but does a really good job in that scene. Very well, like this, it's the same.
Oh, you mean
like
one
3 times? Yeah, the same scene 3 times. But I didn't know she was going to be in this at all. Like, I think that's the only person that they really kept secret. And then, yes, on Wednesday she was at the red carpet, and same with Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh introduced about 5 minutes later. Peter goes to her, and like you said, Tyler, like she's like, "This is small potato stuff. We take care of the big potatoes. You take care of the small potato stuff." Good to see Florence Pugh again. Watched Thunderbolts last night. I fucking love that movie. Love her as Yelena Belova. But
so is she like? There's gonna be a stupid question, Cam. So you have to ignore my ignorant mind.
No, you're good.
Is she an Avenger?
Yeah. Did you watch Thunderbolts? You did. Oh, I thought you did. No. Yeah.
So I my only experience.
I recommend it. It's a good movie.
Black
Widow.
Yeah,
Black Widow less good. Thunderbolts very good. I recommend it. The asterisk is that they're now the Avengers.
I remember when they did that like title thing about the new Avengers or whatever, but I didn't know she was officially counted as that. Because cool scene, funny scene. Oh, I do like it when in that scene when he's still wearing the mask again, keeping
very funny
Spider-Man.
Like that was funny. Like throw on.
No, that was funny. Like keeping the Spider-Man identity there, keeping covered. He looks so good.
Let's call a spade a spade. Tom Holland, really good looking dude in this movie. Really good looking dude in this.
He's been that guy for a few years now. To be fair, he's a sexy man. He
looks the best in this movie that he has in any of the Spider-Man. I think pretty easily.
Well, it's an age thing as well, isn't it?
It might be true. Yeah, it might be true as well. But he put on some weight for this. Like, yeah, not to get too into the weeds of it. A good looking guy here. Good looking fella.
He's good looking guy for sure.
And they use that because they have his shirt off many times in this.
So many times, by the way.
They use the
many times.
Like he jumping ahead
his
very
choice.
When he does like the rebirth thing that you see in the trailer, he drops down with a shirt on, wakes up with a shirt off. But whatever. someone took that off. So yeah, he's looking for something called VMAX. That's what the person who's jumping through the brain says is VMAX. Doesn't know what it is. Goes and talks to Bill Metzger, who's played by Tremal Tillman from things like Severance as well as Mission Impossible.
Didn't really have as much. Tremal Tillman's one of the ones where, because I like him so much as an actor, obviously we watched Severance and I loved it, and obviously really, really good little scenes in Dead Reckoning as well, in which he's great. Didn't really have a lot to do here. I was probably like disappointed by his presence from a selfish point of view, just because he's like he's fine in it. He's whatever. I kind of would want more.
Yeah,
of him.
Frankly, now that I think about it, I've never seen Severance and I never watched Dead Reckoning. So
well, he's great in both. So
yeah, I believe it. I don't know why. I just haven't ever seen him. But I think we kind of knew, or we were talking like before, of he's probably the real villain kind of thing. And that ends up being true. But I liked him.
It doesn't subvert the expectation too much. I think it's like it's still an MCU film by profile, and that its concept is quite standard, but it didn't really take away any of my enjoyment. You know what I mean? I wasn't expecting something I wouldn't be able to predict. That's the thing.
Yep. After all of this, Peter then sees Ned at a bodega where he's getting his bureau, and Ned is, just kind of putzing around doing things, realizes he's buying kegs for a party. And so it's a housewarming party, I believe, for Ned and MJ. And then Peter kind of stalks him and goes to that party. And he sees He sees Zendaya with Amon Asvandi, who I think for you guys is not a big actor at all. He
I don't know
is
who that
Ezra.
is.
He's Ezra Bridger in Star Wars. So like I'm obviously on Star Wars Twitter. And everyone's
Star
like,
Wars.
huh?
What? He's who?
He's Ezra Bridger, who is from the Rebels show and in Ahsoka. Those
Okay, I haven't
TV
seen
shows.
it. Fine,
TV
fine.
shows.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
But the Rebels show is very good and people love it. So when he came to be live action Ezra Bridger, people were very excited. So I like see tweets and like people are like, Amon Asvandi was in that movie for 2 seconds. What the hell? This guy's got 2 credits in movies.
He's in King Richard.
I apologize. That was show watched films. My fault. But yeah, he's got King
Still
Richard and this are his biggest ones.
Oh, did you? I love how Naomi Watts is the voice.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
his
yep.
AI as well. That's cool.
Yeah, I
So
was looking at
Naomi
Dustin
Watts.
Daniel Cretton's filmography, and I see that I haven't seen The Glass Castle, but I guess Naomi Watts and Sadie Sink were both in that movie. She's worked with both them before. But this is also another cameo people thought we would see, just because of Dustin Daniel Cretton of it all. Every single film he's ever directed, Brie Larson has been in. So all 5 of his previous movies she's been in. This is the first Brie Larson movie Dustin Daniel Cretton's ever directed.
Interesting. So Naomi Watts also very notably was on Tom Holland's first ever movie. I've never seen it, The Impossible. Yeah, so they obviously, good friends from that. So glad
Brie Larson's in Shang-Chi.
Yeah, she's uncredited.
Oh, okay, fine, yeah.
But yeah, getting back into the movie. So obviously Peter goes to that party, and yeah, you see your ex kissing another guy, you're gonna throw yourself off the building too. So he immediately throws himself off the building, obviously, like catches himself, swings through the city, distraught. And this is kind of where Peter's like transformation fully starts. Like you saw it a little bit prior, of his like wrists hurting and stuff, and his arachnid levels rising. They're talking about.
That makes me feel a bit uneasy watching it. Made me feel a bit squeamish. That's fair.
This is the first time they've ever talked like Peter's arachnid levels.
It really is the first time, isn't it? I feel like in these films, it's not really going to do at all. Yeah, I like it though. It's cool.
And it was a very like simplified version of like DNA, because it was just like human level, arachnid level, like, balanced, and then it's like way too much arachnid. I'm arachniding. So yeah, that was interesting to see. But yeah, so he's going through this like change. Obviously, you get like a small clip of him watching YouTube on spiders, going through 3 life stages and needing a rebirth, and that's very much the theme of this movie. Is giving this character a rebirth. So he wakes up again. He passes out with a shirt on. He wakes up without a shirt on, covered in webs, outside his building.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what the hell's going on. Falls, hits his head. Obviously, then after that, he's trying to figure out what's going on. One complaint I do have about this is I feel like the MCU Spider-Man has never felt like he's smart, in the sense like he's always just like, I don't know, it's technology smart nowadays, where he's just like, hey, Evie, run this test. Hey,
yeah,
run
it's
this test.
It's not like a practical thing. It's not like he's never really shown it within practicality most of the time. I think
exactly. It's not like troubleshooting. Like, I don't know. I watched Thunderbolts last night, like I said, in the post-credit scene. Like Yelena's talking to whatever AI they have, as like, show me a deep space scan. Like, if Yelena can do the same thing, like why?
There's nothing to differentiate
and obviously,
but I mean, when he goes to Bruce Banner and he like is talking all about like the DNA inhibiting, like I feel like that clearly showed his
and I would never say he's like dumb. I just like I wish we got some troubleshooting without the AI in 2026, but it's fine. I still like the EV heads up display that he's got in this. He then goes and fights Mac Gargan. And this time his arachnid levels rise and take over on him a little bit. I do believe this is the moment where it's not Mac Gargan, it's Jean Grey in Mac Gargan's head. And then Peter, gets the black eyes.
He's Matt Gargan.
Who is Matt? I don't know.
Jesus Christ. He's a Scorpion.
Michael Mando?
Yeah, Michael Mando.
Oh, just say Michael Mando. That's fine. Just,
What do you know Michael Mando from?
No, I didn't even know.
Better Call Saul. What do you mean?
72 hours?
Better Call Saul? What do you mean? He's
I've never
literally
seen
one of
Better
the
Call Saul.
primary characters
That's
in
fair.
one of the biggest shows.
I do. That is fair. I've never seen Better Call Saul.
Well, you should.
Sorry, I apologize. It's the Scorpion. It's Michael Mando. So he goes and fights him, throws him into a cop car, nearly kills the cop, kind of thing. And he's like, "Whoa, what happened to me?" My another complaint I said, and this goes along with I feel like all my complaints are about AI, which shout out me, woke king. But every time he like gets angry, she's like, "Your arachnid levels are rising." It's like, yeah, no, we got that. You don't. I see it in the eyes. I'm good. I don't need that. Or she's like, you're taking in too much input. Yes, we're there by all of the input that's coming in. I'm there. You don't have to yell it. So that kind of irritated me, but not enough to make me really care. Tracks down Gargan, then he goes to see Hulk, and he's like, "Hey, why are my arachnid levels rising? How did you get the Hulk to go away? How did you just become Bruce Banner?" I texted some friends before this movie because like I have a friend who has watched most of the MCU, but has kind of fallen off in recent years. And he's like, "Hey, is there anything I need to watch?" Like, obviously he's seen the Spider-Man, but like he hasn't watched like She-Hulk, which Hulk is in. And I'm like, honestly, if you had watched those, it would detract because they just said, "Hey, remember what we did in She-Hulk? Fuck that. That sucked. So we're going to take that back." They just reset Banner back to Professor, who's trying to keep the Hulk out. Which probably the right idea, unfortunately. I liked She-Hulk, but it didn't do good for the Hulk character with a son and everything. Whatever.
This is the first thing I've liked Hulk in many, 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 many years.
I believe that.
Make Hulk great.
Come on, Ragnarok? Infinity War? Well, Infinity War.
That is many years, really. I mean, actually, Infinity War. Infinity War
was 2018, big dog. That's nearly 10 years ago. 8 years ago. That's crazy, right?
Even Infinity War, I don't like. This is the first time we see him actually have some progression regression in a way that he regresses back to his like uncontrollable, destructive, like Super Hulk shit.
And he gets
smash.
pissed.
So good.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
full regression of the what is it? The like when he obviously merged both sides and he made like Smart Hulk, which was the decision that everyone was like, "Oh fucking hell," even I was.
Yeah.
Apart from that one moment in Endgame or Infinity War that made me cry, where Paul Rudd, Ant-Man they're sat in like a diner and Paul Rudd's like, "I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, that's funny. Like I'm so confused.
That's after he like merged himself.
It's just because Paul Rudd's funny.
Confused.
Paul Rudd's funny.
That is but like this is the first time after the merge we've seen him like regress to a state, and the moment in which obviously you'll go on to where he fully regresses and goes into like full like destructive mode.
I did like that he starts as Smart Hulk
as
the
smart,
like because that at least brings us back to okay, he would be Smart Hulk, but now and then like he gets mind bended.
Otherwise, if he'd have just if they'd have just taken that on and out of nowhere, just thrown in like destructive, uncontrollable Hulk, it wouldn't have really like made sense. That's the thing. I
agree. So I like that. But he goes to Bruce Banner asking about the inhibitor that he's wearing to keep the Hulk away. And he's like, how would you know what the good DNA and the bad is? So Peter tries to make the inhibitor chip, which you guys probably think nothing of, but we'll talk that later. It's very Tom Holland, Peter Parker, kind of the MCU's Oppenheimer with that inhibitor chip. But he then puts it on and it doesn't work. And then Sadie Sink's character goes to his apartment, but also jumps into a person's mind and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna go hurt MJ." And then they race to go to MJ. Oh, which at that point, she just has someone step out into traffic and that person gets hit by a very quick moving car. That person's dead, and Peter doesn't give a fuck. Honestly, some people are like saying, like some people, and I think the Escape Pod specifically are saying like she did too much atrocity to where like we can't redeem her. I don't know. She kills one person max.
I think it's one person she kills,
and also
there's not more than one person.
You could say like he didn't die. That dude got hit by a fast moving car. Peter didn't give a fuck about that. I said that in my review of like, it is a little TASM 2 coded at the start of TASM 2 when they're flying through the streets of New York and Peter's cracking jokes while the Rhino just mows through people. Like Peter is just making quips and this guy's hitting trucks and shit. Yeah, it was a little TASM 2 coded in that sense.
But that chase scene was cool, man. And again, Peter, I think uses his wits well in this movie. Like he gets her in the helicopter. He again, I get your point, Cam, where like he used AI to figure out that she can only jump a certain distance, but he uses AI for his own benefit. Yeah, and then like
I wouldn't have thought of that.
Traps her in that helicopter.
Yep,
smart move.
That was a smart move.
Yeah, learns that she can only jump 33 feet. But what he doesn't realize is like after she's in someone's mind, she can just go back to her mind if she can't get to anyone else's. So you need to keep her 33 feet from someone, not the person she's jumping into.
Crazy threat, by the way. What a power. Impressive.
Yeah, right. He then goes and saves MJ, basically picking her up and saying, "Hey, you're in danger." Which then this moment had me gagged of like MJ realize like MJ saying, "Hey, you're Peter Parker. We knew each other." Then kissing and getting back together.
You just said this moment had me gagged.
It had me gagged. Like it straight up had me gagged, man. My jaw was on the floor. And I want to ask, like, did you guys see that coming? Am I stupid?
So
I thought they did
I genuinely didn't.
I texted Tyler this after. I think this moment is so integral to, again, Peter Parker's character in that you have the moment in which MJ realizes, but because you're so enamored by the state of Peter Parker and their relationship, because they have such a great dynamic, you almost don't conceptualize how the fuck does she remember so suddenly? And then the moment in which they're hugging and Pete's like, oh my God, like we're together again, and he's like all choked up and such a powerful moment. At that point, I was so like infatuated by it that it completely bypassed me. And then when the reveal sets in, although kind of obvious when you think about it, I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. I love the moment. Like the moment said so
she
stunning.
Did.
I was ready to critique it, saying like it was too like they rushed too fast. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, exactly.
They got me.
I was like, oh, they've skipped over things here. Like, oh, this has been a bit rushed. Like, how has she suddenly remembered? Oh wait, she hasn't. That's not fucking her anyway.
I was in the same boat of like, because all the conversations before the movie were like, do you think they're gonna reveal to MJ right away and just kind of negate the end of No Way Home?
It's kind of a hard one to traverse, isn't it?
I thought they did. I was like, shit, like I don't really like that. I think Zendaya and Tom are great in that scene.
Yeah.
I think they're really great in that scene, but I was like, man, I don't really like that. And then they flip it on its head, and I thought that really, really worked for me. And obviously the twist, and Peter says like something very important in this is like, you'll know if you knew how much I loved her, like like how irredeemable this is. And I like that because obviously the end of the movie when they do have that redeeming moment, like I think that's really important to the Peter Parker like kind of transformation, as like at this time his arachnid levels are rising, and he's getting angry, and like so he's kind of not becoming himself.
His actual Peter Parker is so like buried at this point, where it subverts the classic Spider-Man, where he's trying to find out the true meaning of heroism, the true meaning of being Spider-Man, the responsibility, whatever. This time it's actually like, how do I reverse it and go back to being an individual again, rather than just the hero, which I really, really liked. It's a cool move. It's a cool move for sure.
And then she jumps off the building with MJ. Obviously, Peter saves her. She passes out, and this is where he brings her to Frank. And this is like, I don't know, this is like my favorite moment of this movie, when Frank and Peter are just going back and forth, yapping about Staten Island and just kind of going back on. And anytime Frank's like, hey, that's bullshit or something, it just makes me laugh.
Is that from a show, or is that just like
no? That's just
what he did on Staten Island.
Yeah, that's own imagination. But I liked it. And then you get a lot of good moments of Frank here. Like I kind of explained the Punisher to Emma before, but I think this does a good job of like MJ looking at pictures in his cupboard and him just saying like, close that shit, you don't get to look in there, kind of thing.
It's overt, but it's like it's overt, but it explains in a really simple image why the Punisher is the way he is. For someone who like me and probably Tyler knows fucking nothing about this.
Like dude, watch Seth, you would like Daredevil, the Netflix. Truly, you would. The Netflix.
Punisher had his own show, right?
It's
You
not
keep saying
good.
he's
Don't
in
watch it.
Daredevil.
Yeah, don't watch it. Not good.
Okay,
That's why.
that's what I know.
That's what I was
Punisher from
thinking
that
about.
show.
Yeah.
I've only seen the
First
I've only
season's
seen the
fine.
pilot of it. I think the pilot was really good. It's like
Yeah.
sad as fuck.
Who plays him?
Yes.
John Bernthal.
John Bernthal.
Oh, is that okay? Fine.
It's
It's
always
still
been
John
John
Bernthal.
Bernthal. Yeah.
He's also got movies from however long, 2004.
I know there's a
maybe.
Punisher film. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like the show personally. I will admit. But Daredevil, you would truly like, Seth. Genuinely very good. Then they also have the moment, and like you guys said, and I think like we all said, I guess, is every character has a purpose for being in this movie. John Bernthal, Punisher, is very much like to show Peter's isolation. Obviously, like he said, he says it very directly of like, you think if my family were still alive, I wouldn't be with them every single day. You think this is like my choice? This is a fucking prison. And I think that's a really
isolated. Yeah, sorry, Tom. Go on. I was just
no, that's just a really well done scene, I think, and it's because I really like John Bernthal as this character.
Well, they're isolated in completely like separate ways, aren't they? One's a
Yeah.
choice, one isn't, kind of way. And I think that's why the dynamic works so well, because they are really like nothing alike, but are in many ways. I like that. Yeah, I like the dynamic. I wasn't sure what to think when they initially kind of meet in the tank chase scene. I wasn't sure initially because I've never seen, I don't think I've seen anything with the Punisher in. I didn't know how comedic the dynamic would be, but it really worked on me after a while. And I think just because they're so isolated and run separate ways, but also separated, it was cool. Like it was cool. Punisher's house or whatever you fucking call that.
It's like a boat.
boat.
It's a boat.
I wouldn't really want to live there.
No. And in this, you get a lot of good emotional moments before the Hulk fight with MJ and Peter. This is where like you first see that you can see Peter's eyes through the cowl. Best Spider-Man suit. I'm gonna say it right now. Best Spider-Man suit of all time. Fuck Toby. Fuck Andrew.
Disagree. However, Tom, oh, you are Peter, right? However, Cam, I think this is. I will give you this. It's easily by a million trillion miles the best in the Tom verse.
That's fine.
For sure.
You can
But I
see
don't
his
think it's better
eyes
than
through
Andrew or
the cowl, and that like really
it's
sold
a
it
great
for me.
suit. Like it's a really, really fun suit. It's a really good suit. I really liked it.
So MJ helps him make this inhibitor chip, and then he makes a universal inhibitor chip that can stop Jean Grey's powers. And so they then go to the Department of Damage Control because at this point they found out she's Jean Grey, the big name reveal, which everyone knew and was spoiled on the red carpet by some singer. But
Steve Lacey,
Steve Lacey, yeah. Just
I didn't watch that clip.
How dumb are you, man? Like that's
crazy.
It's fine. Everyone knew, and it's not like.
What did he actually say? I've still not seen the video.
He said like, they asked him who he's most excited to see, and he said
no,
Jean.
but no, they specifically said, who are you most excited to see without spoilers? They specifically say that. And he's like, oh, like Sadie Sink is Jean Grey.
Yeah.
And she's like, is that a spoiler? And he just like kept like running on. Like, I was like,
dumbass. It's fine.
Sony's got him in the back of his
Sadie Sink, by the way, just to echo what Cam said earlier, she's really. I haven't much experience with Sadie Sink, obviously not watching, having not watched Strange Things. She's really, really good. Like she's really, really good. Like she carries this on her back at certain moments. She's good in The Whale, actually.
She's good.
Very annoying, but she's good in The Whale. Yeah.
I've seen so many videos on Twitter of like Jean Grey lifting the whale up using her psychopathic powers.
I need to search some of this shit. Well, that's
so
funny.
So in the damage of control, and this is where I was like, yes, they use the Hulk well because like, yeah, she's not going to be able to break into this vault that they have. Which, by the way, never really got mentioned what was in that vault, but doesn't matter.
What the fuck was the vault? I don't.
Maybe the secrets about her sister Sarah, but either way, using the Hulk to get in the vault is smart because he's a big motherfucker. He's going to be able to break through that. And then obviously you get the Peter and Hulk fight. Punisher comes because MJ. Which, like, Peter should have been like, dude, she can jump in your fucking mind. Don't come. I know you probably could help, but like. She can jump in your mind. I feel like he said that, but I don't know. MJ convinces Punisher to go. They have very funny moments, like the clip of John Bernthal being like, I got it, go. That it made me laugh. And then the clip of him like yelling when the Hulk comes up, very funny meme.
That sounded exactly like the oh shit like sound.
I got you, man. That's all I've been working on is my John Bernthal impression.
That was pretty.
I think I'm just not familiar enough with the Hulk because when he was like, "You don't normally get that big," I was like, I didn't really notice the difference to be honest. I was like, He looks like Hulk to me.
Really? Honestly, even
No,
I
think
noticed
he
it.
looked a little bigger, but
I'm sure he
Wait,
did.
I
I
see
just
what
don't think
you're
I've seen Hulk enough to like notice.
Wait, am I wrong, Carl? I thought he was like bigger. I thought
he was
Hulk
bigger.
No,
like,
it
super
was.
tall.
Yeah,
He was super bigger. He was
Okay,
definitely
he is.
bigger, but I do like I can see like if you're watching these movies, like he's just big dude, you know, he might not look that big always, but yeah, because I feel like
there's
Peter
a
was up to
moment,
his
isn't
waist
there?
in this, and I feel like normally people are up to his chest. But yeah,
There's
they
like a
scaled him up.
moment in which is like lit behind him, and he specifically looks like even more heightened and larger than he usually is.
Yeah.
This is a good scene. I will say the set piece was cool. I don't think the action was amazing in this scene. I would say. I think
Come
it
on,
felt
him swinging in and out of the building.
like
I really
was.
like.
It's a nitpicky to explain complaint to a certain extent, but it felt like a little clustered for me at times in the rooms. And they could have worked around it a little bit better to make it a little bit clearer. But I like again, go back to what I said earlier regarding the Hulk. This is the first time I've actually, I don't know, cared for a scene with the Hulk in a while, and I think again it advances Peter Parker's character, which is the integral thing here. Because when it was revealed that he was going to be in this, I thought it was just like putting him in for the sake of it. But no, like even though he's not, I doesn't have much screen time. I really like this moment, and again, I really like seeing Hulk as this. I like seeing Hulk as Hulk. You know,
Yeah,
Hulk.
I get you. I really liked when he's like throwing him down, and then all of a sudden he's gone. Like the pencil magic trick back in the day. Like I liked when Peter was on his back. That was quite fun for me.
I thought they were about to kill him off too. I thought.
We said that. Yeah.
I was game over
like,
for Bruce Banner.
Because when he falls, when he like goes back, I was like, that is so a killing off moment.
Yeah,
right
no,
there. Like,
I agree.
Expression is so a killing off moment.
And I think this is another point of like, hey, why is this movie so overstuffed? Like the Hulk is there for a purpose, not only in the sense like he's trying to get through the door, but also like again showing like this entire movie is that the purpose of it is that you're not alone. You have friends, you have people out there that care about you. Right before the fight, they lay this shit out for you. It's not a complicated movie. Right before the fight, when he's like, "There's no Banner, no girl, only Hulk." And then the way Peter beats him is just by saying like, "I'm your friend. You're not just the Hulk." And yeah, it's kind of rehashed and just like, I don't know, sun's getting real low from Avengers: Age of Ultron, but I think
I'd rather it be
rehashed.
I'd rather it be rehashed than just purposed for the extended universe. Just like, oh, let's get Hulk in because he's a strong guy who can break down this fucking vault, whatever. No, I'd rather it be rehashed and actually have purpose in a Spider-Man film because they have to put these guys in, don't they? Remind me, Cam, what is the actual obligation? It's just they have to feature at least one character from the extended universe. Like, how does it work in terms of the Sony film?
For like the Sony and Marvel agreement, I don't entirely know. I will.
I know they have to include.
They probably have something. I don't know it off the top of my head. I know Hulk's agreement is he can't have any solo movies, but like he could have a solo TV show.
I thought there was rumors this week that Daniel Destin Cretton was like.
Yeah, they've got ideas for it, but like it can't be in the MCU a Marvel movie unless Universal and Marvel come to an agreement. I don't know, the rights of the Hulk, which what an odd character to have sole rights to,
Yeah, it was Marvel in like the year 1999 was basically bankrupt and they had to sell off characters. So they sold off Hulk to Universal, they sold off Spider-Man to Sony, a couple of other characters like that as well. And
they got most everyone back right for the MCU, but not Hulk and
which
Universal made the first Hulk.
I get that Sony would never want to give away Spider-Man, but Hulk, like, is he that much of a needle mover? Like, I feel like you could.
I think it also. I think it would also probably affect like the Hulk ride that they have maybe at Universal. I don't know. It's all different.
Why is that a needle mover? Crazy, right?
I don't know. The Hulk ride's pretty popular there, I think. So yeah, the Hulk fight scene I liked. I like that she jumps into John Bernthal's head. And then obviously Peter's able to stop her, get the inhibitor trip on her. She's like, Sarah. He's like, hey, who's Sarah? And Tremal Tillman's character is like, hey, she's someone I used to know. She got in my mind and I know she was looking around for this person or whatever. So then he, gets the inhibitor chip on her. Then he goes back. MJ found the letter that he had on him. 4 years, a piece of paper and pencil probably would have been faded. CinemaSins.
Damn, you are turning so into CinemaSins.
It's funny. It's more fun.
Are you really about to say pencil on paper.
That was a
Dude,
joke. That was
I have
very much a
notebooks from
joke.
college like 8 years ago that still look perfectly fine with
That's
pencil.
true.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. No, that was a joke. Yeah.
Do you know what I would have
found the
hated
note.
about this scene? Just I would have fucking hated this scene if she was like, "Oh,
I love you.
It's
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, oh,
Yeah. No,
I
I
love
agree.
you," because again, that's the thing of the MCU. I feel like in the past they would have had moments and they would have done it. I'm gonna be honest.
Do not be a Peter. Do not be a Peter in the MCU and have your girlfriend forget you and then admit your love to her, because she will not come back to that shit.
That's true. Actually, yeah.
Peter Quill, Peter Parker, they're both screwed.
You should tweet that, Cam. That should be one of your letterbox.
That someone's already. I've already seen that a couple
I
times,
thought you meant. I thought that was top of the bill. Fine.
No, Emma thought of that one. I did not think of that one. She's like, man, Peters in the MCU get screwed if their girlfriends forget them. But yeah, so they have that emotional moment. This is where that dead pixel was like right on Zendaya's face the entire time, and that was killing me. But yeah, they have a very.
Tyler, you gotta watch this on like a
real screen.
You haven't rewatched it yet, have you?
Me? No.
When you rewatch this on not a glorified tablet with a broken pixel in the middle of the screen, you're gonna give it a 5.
It was Infinity.
You might
Vision
be there at
approved,
this
Seth.
point.
Yeah, it was a small screen, but I think what's so great about how MJ's utilizing this movie with the whole forgetting Peter Parker thing is I was texting Seth about this. Is I think jumping ahead to the end of the movie, we're kind of been jumping all over the place. Is like how Ned, they do the handshake at the very end of the movie, and you're like, oh, like so there's something there, and we kind of got some hints of it before that. Like Ned remembers Peter, like something deep down in him remembers who Peter Parker is, and the handshake then kind of hints towards that, and that's what cuts the credits. And I think it's really interesting because MJ never shows really like that. Like I feel like she always presents the exterior of, dude, I don't remember a thing about you. Like there's nothing there for you. And I think that end scene kind of recontextualizes everything, that maybe MJ does feel a small thing in her, but she's either trying to protect him or protect herself, just like he was trying to protect her and protect him. Well, not protect himself, just purely protect her. But I think that final scene really made everything so much more interesting before that, because it makes you think, like, after reading that note, especially, she probably does remember Peter a little bit deep down, but she's either scared of that emotion or just wants to protect him and protect her, but probably protect him, like kind of like a ping pong in the back. Really cool how they handle it. Because I think No Way Home presented whoever's going to take on this film and write this film. And shout out Justin Kritzky, he's my GOAT writer, for helping rewrite some of this film.
Sydney did I don't know if you saw Sydney's video on like the specific moments in which like she mentioned the moment with the note as one of the scenes specifically, like she thinks that he had massive work on, but it's got that real like romantic imprint and like reflective imprint as well. I didn't actually know they were part of the writing team on this, which is really, really cool as well. Really,
it came
out.
I
think they brought him in late, right? Like, brought him.
It came out like he like helped out when Zendaya was doing Challengers. Like, hey, can you look?
I didn't even know that. I had no idea. Cool though. Really cool.
Yeah. Worked
really well. It's just funny that like Zendaya and Tom were on separate movies. Like she was on Challengers. She's like, yo, you need to look at this script because they got some funky shit going on over there. And Tom is with Christopher Nolan's like, dude, we gotta fix. They both single-handedly worked on other movies, and we're like, we're changing how we're operating.
And have you seen that interview Matt Damon gave of like them all going to see, was it Lawrence of Arabia on 70mm or something, like on the Sony lot, and they were like, Tom Holland kind of runs that lot. After this movie, Tom Holland runs that fucking
Tom Holland's a fucking man.
He is that dude on that line.
That guy, man.
But beside the point. Very good scene. I think the emotions work really well, and Zendaya and Tom obviously have great chemistry, and they're both very great in this movie. So after that is kind of the crux of him telling her, then swings her back because she's like, I don't love you. He goes into MJ and Ned's apartment because she's like, you want to say hi to Ned. Obviously there's something there, but not fully, right? She doesn't remember, but goes and says hi to Ned, kind of hangs out with them as Spider-Man. And this was one of my favorite scenes of them just like hanging out, doing a little Lord of the Rings riffing.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
When you boys riff on Lord of the Rings, they have a good time. Obviously MJ like draws them. Very emotional. And then like he tells her, shout out Peter Parker, consensual king, tells her that he kissed her when she was like mind controlled. And she's like, I don't remember a single thing. And he's like, but Metzger said that he remembered her trying to look for Sarah. So obviously he starts
Connects
putting
the
pieces
dots.
together.
Yeah.
Smart guy. Don't want to take that away.
I
from
mean,
him
if he had to put the piece together there, that would be fucking.
That's fair.
A bit terrible,
that is true. Obviously, then he, tracks onto it, gets caught onto it, goes and finds Metzger, and then you get a scene of Jean Grey's backstory of her sister Sarah. Obviously, was taken by the Department of Damage Control. Also had the same powers as Jean. And then you realize that the VMAX that they were looking for. It is funny, because before they realize what VMAX is, Jean Grey asks Metzger about it, and he goes, "You're the second person to ask me about that. I have no idea what that is." And I thought that was funny of it's nothing. And then she looks up and it's the vent system. I think it's a vent max, the AC in there. And obviously Sarah was looking up when she died. And that was the last message she could get to Jean with her powers.
Is Jean Grey, who Sophie Turner played, is that the same character?
Yeah, Dark Phoenix, right?
I haven't seen
Sophie Turner wasn't bad in those movies. The movies were bad.
I told us to Cam after the movie, I think I'm just so scarred from the MCU and bringing in just such ludicrous extended universe moments and just eye roll stuff where when you first saw Jean Grey, because when I watched, I'm not super into the Marvel lore and keep up with all the news. I kind of just totally forgot Sadie Sink was in this movie. So before she's introduced, we saw someone in a hood. I was like, no way is that Victor Von Doom. And then when it was V Max, I was like, please don't be
Von Doom Max.
Reveals Von Doom's Max Prison or something. I'm just so used to the MCU, because we know that where we're going is Doomsday. So I'm the whole movie in the back of my mind is how are they going to loop in this Robert Downey Jr. bullshit to this movie? And when they didn't, I was like, fuck,
it is crazy. I was as well. Although obviously Jean Grey's moments, it does tie in and give the feel of the future of the MCU into the X-Men. It's going to do that. There's obviously going to be bits in like that. I was expecting something where it's the biggest eye roll ever, and it never came, which is the biggest surprise to me of this, because you always even in No Way Home, where I like the integrated universe, bro, you rewatch the Portal scene, it's fucking hell, that is terrible.
Looks bad.
It's terrible. I mean, you don't really have many moments in this. You have it's gonna listen. It's the MCU 30 days. It's gonna have the extended universe moments in there. It's gonna tie into the X-Men slightly and give you that future feel of what to expect. But I don't think it does it in a really obtrusive way. I don't think.
Anyway. I think they do it in a very good way in this. She obviously has the inhibitor chip on and inhibitor collar, which is very important. But he goes in. She is able to cast her powers go a mile radius, I believe is what Frank says. Is she's got everyone a mile deep, and everyone's stopped after she's kind of driven to the breaking point. And again, Sadie Sink really good in this.
I really like that scene, actually.
Does really well. People are saying maybe that is what that getting into Zendaya's mind or MJ's mind is kind of what clicks her back, because MJ's the only one crying during that, but also MJ's the only one shown during that. They just show general shots of public. That's the only person.
I do like that little the clips and the kind of just tracking shots of the public just stuck in motion.
Yeah,
I like when films do that. That was cool.
That's fair. That's fair.
It gives a real scale of her power. Do you know what I mean? Where I was someone like me who doesn't know shit about shit. I think that's kind of a cool way to show it. I like that.
Yeah, and obviously this is a very muted Jean Grey right now. Jean Grey is very very powerful. Yeah. But right now she doesn't fully know. So then he goes in and he fights the Hand, who Jean Grey is controlling. This is the best action piece of the movie.
Is this not later on, or am I tripping?
I mean, it's right now.
Is this before or after that scene where he fights the guards outside? This is after, isn't it?
This is after the scene he fights the guards.
Just want to say, scene where he fights the guards, he does this insomniac role. The music, that was one of my favorite action bits, because I think that was really, really cool. Very video gamey.
Yeah, cool. that fight was really good too. He's jumping off the walls and obviously using his webs in ways we saw in the Homecoming trilogy, but it felt like it had more zip here. It felt like it had more spunk.
It felt like tangible is the thing. It felt like a real set piece rather than just whatever.
And it went on for a while too. I feel like so many times combat sequences in superhero movies are yeah, this hero's super powerful. Let me show you a quick him beat up someone real quick. But he had to really stress himself doing that one.
It's a tough balance, isn't there? Because you don't want it to go on too long and be overbearing, but you also don't want it to be a quick finish.
Because you don't want to be these special trained guards that this place has. You don't want them to be oh, they actually just are are
They're
bots.
just by
You can
nothing.
they're
Yeah,
droids. You can
bots.
kill them
Yeah,
easily.
yeah.
But I love the first, like, when we get to see the backstory of Sadie Sink, because I think we're past that at this point.
Yeah.
Of her and her sister. That scene I thought was so well done, of her sister being the more powerful one at the time and getting kidnapped as she's going to get ice cream for them. She just gets shot in the neck with a dart and then just taken away. And it was so touching how she like goes into her sister's mind one last time to like basically make it so she doesn't see what happens to her. Really cool. And I think it really mirrors Peter Parker's No Way Home ending very well, of him for like having everyone else forget to save them. Her sister kind of did the same thing. So I think it was a really interesting parallel there. And then also some of my favorite callbacks to No Way Home. Love, obviously, when like Zendaya falls out the roof, he like pushes off and jumps like Andrew Garfield taught him. And then obviously the stretching scene with Toby. So I love that it kind of callbacks like what Toby and Andrew both taught him. He used both in this movie without having to do it. And then flash back to Andrew saying, remember to jump off.
Man, if they'd have done that,
they do.
Like
they
Toby,
do cut
like,
back to the previous movies a lot in this, but I think every time it's done pretty well. Like I do feel like kind of like the Odyssey, almost cutting back to its own movie, like Tyler said. They do cut back to those movies to like truly bridge the gap, but I don't think it's done in a nauseating way.
I don't think they didn't cut back to it in a way of saying like remember this. They cut back
it was like him
to recontextualize things of like what was happening.
That's fair. And when he's getting the webs, he's like, well, Peter too had organic webs. I thought that was fun, like of him, like he remembers these guys, he knows his boys. But I did love the hand fight. I thought it was really good. Obviously, like he gets beaten by the hand initially. I really liked, when Gene was like, "Isn't it crazy that the department you work for has weapons that are specifically made to beat you?" I thought that was a really good moment. And then obviously, Tyler saw it when she drops the "Are you Peter Parker or are you Spider-Man?" He says, "I'm both." I locked the fuck in. I leaned forward and went, "I'm locked." Like that was the
realization
moment. Takes off the inhibitor chip and becomes this Spider-Man of new. I really like that. Obviously beats the hand, shoots a lot of webs from a lot of different places. Some could say wrists, some could say other locations, who knows. But gets into the chamber that Sadie Sink is kind of controlling everyone. She's got Metzger kind of in a chair with a bunch of glass up to him, and he obviously is about to, or she obviously is like, "Hey, I'm gonna kill him if you come any closer. Like you can't save me. This yada yada yada. It's over." And he's like, "Come look into my mind. Like you haven't been able to get into my mind." And that's when you get the Aunt May scene, like fully recontextualized. Of a lot of people are saying, and I'm just like in my own headcanon, I'm going to agree with this. A lot of people saying this is the moment that Aunt May found out about Peter Parker, and like her going off and having a spasm, but then like kind of coming back and having this emotional moment, like end of Homecoming time, kind of recontextualizing that scene. And I thought they did it just very well. Obviously having that emotional conversation with Peter, and then it switches to like Sadie Sink as Peter. I don't know. This scene just killed me, man. And then when she's
this
like,
is when like she has is his name Metzger, the guy that from Tillman. This is when she has like basically all like the glass shards like right outside his face, right? Like that's what she was gonna kill him. Cool visuals.
That was cool.
Yeah, and just it's cookie cutter and it's so simple, but when she's like, "I'm all alone," and he's sitting there and he's like, "Well, no, you're not. You have me." And like I said, back to when he says like, "This is an irredeemable thing." Like obviously Peter Parker doesn't believe that. Like I'm getting a little teary-eyed just thinking about it. I really love this character. And it just really worked for me.
If
really
you cried on the podcast instead of
that'd be awesome.
Not in the movie.
That'd be awesome. Right?
That'd be a great clip. Though. You can do that. That'd be kind of elite. Like we clip like.
Can you go get some Visine quick and then can we,
right.
Yeah, Landon like watched it and clipped it, so it was like I don't cry at movies. There's like an hour later mid podcast.
That would work. But like I'm getting teary-eyed, getting goosebumps. Like I just really loved this moment. I thought it worked really well. And then obviously, right after they kind of step out, they're having their conversation. Metzger escapes, or maybe he escapes later. I don't know. But Frank, who's got an advantage point on a building about a mile away, shoots at Jean Grey, and Peter steps in front of it and takes the bullet. I thought they were going to kill Tom Holland. I was like, is there a Spider-Man 5 like expected? But I don't think
I did think
anything's
for a second that
announced.
too. I was like, damn.
I don't
crazy.
know if I love the fact that I get it as a soul sacrifice, but I love what it resulted in, which we'll go into in terms of the hospital.
Yeah,
I don't
the
care
hospital
for
scene was perfect.
I don't care for the
So there's
shot.
a very like I wouldn't say iconic. There's a good like comic panel of Punisher carrying like a broken Spider-Man into a hospital, yelling, gets him out. And they do that in this movie. But the issue is like you see them back to back, and like Spider-Man, make Spider-Man a battle-worn suit, man. Cut that shit up.
Bro, what the fuck is wrong with, why don't they just cut him up? I don't understand. It's really annoying at this stage. I was going to go on to this. It's really fucking annoying.
Right?
Like, say what you want about Raimi's trilogy. Watch any fight scene. Watch fucking Green Goblin versus Toby at the end of Spider-Man 1. Shit is got to fuck, because he's in explosions. He's getting punched. Like, it should be ripped to shit, man. Rip his fucking suit up.
Did you
rip
like
it
my
up.
tweet?
It's so man. It's so annoying.
Did you like my tweet of his mask being like way above his eye? That's
oh my god,
that's good stuff. That's good stuff. But yeah, just rip that suit, man.
Why is it so hard to rip a suit? Just rip a suit. Like, I don't.
The kid is because like at this point they're using such advanced material that like it's.
I don't give a fuck, man. I don't
make care. That's how you show like how strong that villain is. But whatever. And then so obviously like he takes the bullet for her. I think it's a really good like moment of like, this is not anyone Peter knows. Like he's just at the time he could have been just telling her, hey, you're not alone, to tell her that and get her to stop trying to kill this person. But like, I think this is a moment that like really shows like, hey, she's not alone, and kind of like makes that turn to being a hero. And then obviously the hospital scene, John Bernthal, like sitting next to him the entire time. Jean Grey breathing for him. Fuck yeah. Like that was really good. And then just like before we even get to the big emotional like ending of this movie, John Bernthal and Tom Holland right here back and forth of like, were you crying, man? Like they do it in such a funny way. I think it really, really works.
I think so too. I think like I think I said this to you as well in text. There is a scene like slightly before this where the first moment I really got emotional in the film, and it's literally just the building after he's been shot. I think it is. It's a building that just says, "We love Spider-Man." That's the shit, man. Like it's a city just linked to his hero, and obviously we get. And I'll be honest with you, Cameron. I'm gonna sound like a bit of a hypocrite here because I think Superman kind of did the same thing, but my affinity towards Spider-Man carries it for me.
I mean, Superman, it works for me as well, but I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying with the child's gesture, right?
Yes, the child's gesture in this way better.
No, I agree, but I'm saying like in Superman, I was like, don't give a fuck. Whereas like with Spider-Man, because I think he's such a neighborhood hero, and it really is like it goes back to the May speech in Spider-Man 2, right? Where it's being a hero, it's understanding the capabilities you have to change people and their viewpoints. And when he walked out of the hospital and you've got Punisher kind of pretending to be him, and Tom Holland that's that realization of what he means to people when he looks back and hears the cheering whilst he stands there as a bystander. That's just Spider-Man. It's just, and he looks over at the kid and they do the little fucking, it's just Spider-Man. Well, that's just Spider-Man. That is Spider-Man at the very, very core. It's a neighborhood hero. Without the extended universe, he survives in this kind of solo state. I love it. I love this moment. I think it's my favorite moment. This is why I cried. It
works on so many levels. Like when they said, "Don't worry, kid, I got a plan to like getting you out of here." Like Tom walking out, I was like, "Oh yeah, that makes sense." Like no one knows it's Tom, but also wouldn't you think like, "Oh, this person walked out and Spider-Man," and then when they pan back to John Bernthal, like in the Spider-Man suit, looking through the window. And then when they go to John and it's just like, it's not even Punisher at that moment. It's just John Bernthal making his grunts like in the Spider-Man. That was so fucking funny, man.
That was funny.
And then like seeing Spider-Man and like that emotional moment of him seeing the crowd and that kid thwipping at him and him thwipping back, like fuck, man.
Because people can say that's like cliche, but yeah, that's the
point. Like Spider-Man is cliche.
That's exactly like Spider-Man is. It's cringy. It's melodramatic. It's like Spider-Man. I did a video on this. it's such a romantic character, a romantic universe. It's meant to be cringy. Like, that's for me why the Raimi movies work so well. I mean, I'm not going to say it's anywhere near, obviously, Cam, but and you might say it is. The train scene, the power of humanity. Don't you fucking dare!
He's a kid, because in the train scene when they're like he's like a kid. No, he's like a 40-year-old.
So you're okay. He's CinemaSins. Cam, are you saying the scene in the hospital?
He's like the oldest guy I've ever seen in my life. He's older than me.
When he walks out the hospital in Brand New Day is better than the train scene in Spider-Man 2.
Yes, I am saying that for sure. I do believe that.
I think that the train scene is way better, but I think I don't know. I'd still say the train scene of them being like, "We got your back," but still, I mean, it's right up there. It's right up there.
I understand that. I understand that. I am a big Tom guy. Obviously, I love this franchise. I do think the scene of Peter Parker stepping out of the hospital and seeing New York and having that kid thwip at him, I do believe that's a better hero's moment than the train scene. Like that's my personal opinion. Yeah, I know, crazy. Either way, then after that. That's fine.
I said I hate you, but I felt rude actually. Yeah, it was quite rude. I don't know.
Either way, after that, that's kind of the end of the movie. Then you see Peter looking out on New York skyline again. I'm 90. I don't know for certain. What did I say?
No, I was saying New York.
The New York skyline. It's the volume and it looks really good. That's how you use the volume. Use your head. And then MJ is sitting on top of the high school building or I believe it's the high school that they sat on in No Way Home. I forget exactly.
I don't know.
She's kind of holding that Black Dahlia necklace that he gives her in Far From Home. Shout out Far From Home referenced. Banger.
Do you remember when you had that the best live action Spider-Man film?
Oh yeah, I do. And I watch it now and I'm like, yeah, it should still be, but no, it's the first half of the movie's not nearly as good as the second. But it's a misunderstood masterpiece. And then it kind of ends with Peter and Ned doing the handshake, and then Ned, I don't think he's recognizing that Peter is who he was. Like, I don't think the spell is 100% lifted. I think he's recognizing that this person he's shaking hands with is Spider-Man, because he doesn't know that before. That's my interpretation of that, or maybe like he gets a vibe, but I don't think he fully knows just yet.
No, I don't think he fully knows, but I think something deep down, because like, why would he know the exact handshake that they had?
Because like it's muscle memory. It's muscle memory.
Muscle memory. You know?
Yeah, but I feel like it's on the path to him.
No, it's definitely on the path. Yeah, definitely on the path. I just don't think it's a full like I know you now. No. And then so the three things I asked for before this movie that I talked about in non-spoilers before I forget: web swinging. I mentioned web swinging looks so much better. They kind of have a reset of making New York feel like a character. I love Far From Home. I am fine with him being overseas, but let's be honest, like Spider-Man is New York, and it's important to be there. And they do that here very clearly, especially with the even outside the hospital scene, like just the opening montage and him working with the police of just being in New York. And then third was you get a reset on the emotion it comes with revealing your Spider-Man. Like rewatching all of those movies, not necessarily in the Andrew movies, but in the Tobey movies, when MJ figures out that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, it's like this big emotional reveal. When Harry figures it out, like he's obviously going to kill Spider-Man, and then he rips off his mask and he's shocked. Like that is a big moment. And in the MCU, it was MJ just kind of saying it and then being like, then they have to skip right to Mysterio. When May finds out, it's a post-credit, or it's not a post-credit, it leads into the credit of like, what the fuck? And then when Ned finds out, he drops the Lego, and it's just like that joke. Like it should be more than that. It should be more than that. And I think you get that contextualization with the scene with May, and then you also get that a lot better with MJ. So I think the three things I asked for, they really nailed. I absolutely loved. I love this movie so much, man.
Post credit scene as well.
Bro.
Why did I wait? It's not even. It's a post. I waited 20 minutes. For this shit.
It is a post. So like it's not necessary. Like as a non MCU fan, it's nothing. But it is setting up. It is probably setting up like Battle World or something for Secret Wars. It's not our Spider-Man. That's most likely Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. You have to suspend your disbelief very heavily.
I get it.
In the sense that the Spidey tracker is just like people seeing Spider-Man, and this is obviously.
Do you know what I thought it was at first? The first thing that came to my mind when I saw the tracker. By the way, tracker gimmick in the film, very funny. When Bernthal,
so
like,
it was funny when like
uses it.
Punisher's like, I got eyes everywhere, and like,
Yeah, that was fun.
That's
That's
funny.
right. I like that.
Yeah.
When I first saw the post credit scene, I saw the Spider-Man track. I have no idea why. I was like, oh my god, they're gonna reveal the live action Miles Morales. I have no idea why, and I was like, oh, well, that was fucking nothing. I thought it was gonna be like something really cool.
It is a nod to Secret Wars. I don't think.
For me, that
when
means
is that
like
even going to be? Like 2029?
No, it's 2027. It's
Oh,
next year.
really?
Next December.
Wait, they're doing the Avengers 2 years.
Oh yeah, because it's the housemaid Secret Wars duo, the housemaid Secret Wars.
Yeah, there you go. It's Doomsday and then Secret Wars a year later. It's like it's Infinity War and Endgame back to back. Is the point of it?
Oh, of course. Yeah, that was 2 years.
So yeah, that is the post-credit scene. The big thing, so Peter Parker is like the Oppenheimer of this universe. The inhibitor collars are big in the like X-Men of just that's how the government like contains their powers. Like obviously they suppresses their powers, and then they basically have just like concentration camps for these X-Men and kills a bunch of X-Men because of it. So what the fuck did you just do, Tom and Zendaya? You're just killing everyone. But we'll see. You know, and they mentioned that Metzger escapes at the end probably will lead to like Trask, which will lead to Sentinels being created in the MCU. I do think maybe after Secret Wars, they'll do something to maybe like make people hate the mutants, because people love Spider-Man, people love the Avengers in this universe. I don't know why they would like hate the mutants, but like 90% of the mutant storyline is the fact that the world hates them, and Charles Xavier saying, Magneto, it's cool, we can befriend them, and Magneto saying, no, we can't. So like that's like 90% of the story. So I'm interested to see how they do that. But yeah, so Tom Holland, Peter Parker, and MJ, what have you done? But yeah, we will move on.
It's also Spider-Man Day, by the way.
It is Spider-Man Day. Happy Spider-Man Day.
Happy Spider-Man Day, everyone.
Shout out Spider-Man, man. That guy's cool.
For real, yeah.
That guy for real cool.
For real.
So yeah, moving on. 4 out of 5 for Tyler, 4 out of 5 for Seth, 5 out of 5 for myself. I think it might be my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Do we know where it?
Adore it.
Wait, favorite spot? Do you mean live action Spider-Man?
Live action. I apologize. Do we know where
it ranks in our MCU?
Don't reveal just yet. Let's talk it right after.
Not MCU.
Yeah, MCU. You could say it's my number 2.
It's my 2 or 1. I haven't decided yet. Between this and Guardians 1, it's my 2 or 1. Probably 1, to be honest. Because
Guardians 1 is still number 1.
Spider-Man bias takes it over for me. I love Spider-Man. Yeah,
that's fair.
I haven't touched my MCU rankings forever, so I can't even say.
Give a guess.
Number 2 or 3. I'd say number 2 or 3. Guardians 3 is still going to be strong than number 1.
Nice. Okay, cool.
All right, I've got our Spider-Man rankings. Just if you'd let me share my screen, Mr. Tyler.
Yeah, share it.
Here we go. This is the official ReelTok podcast collaborative Spider-Man ranking. This ranking is not anyone's individual ranking. This is our ReelTok conglomerate as a whole. So what we did was we just took our Spider-Man ranking and then averaged them, and then we ranked it accordingly. So I'm not going to do any, vetoes or veto overrides in this, just kind of like our episode 200. I don't have as many fun intros and exciting comments to make like George did. He's much more of a showman than I am, but I'll try my best. 11 Spider-Man movies. I did not do the extended Sony poop universe, just Spider-Man. I didn't do like Endgame or Infinity War. Again, just Spider-Man. Starting off at number 11, it was Tyler's 11 and Seth's 11, my 9 and George's 9. George has only seen 10 movies at this point. Shout out George, still in Italy. So his rankings are slightly skewed, as his last one got, an extra point as compared to our last one, but whatever. So number 11, Spider-Man Homecoming. Fuck this. Boo.
So
Spider-Man Homecoming.
Poster says 1,000 words on this one.
Huh?
Poster says 1,000 words on this one.
It's so
Spider-Man Homecoming
really
is so good.
By the way, it's
so good.
This is the only one. Well, there's only back to what you said. You said there's no. What did you say? There's no bad Spider-Man.
There's no bad Spider-Man movies.
So you have my Star Wars take. I think there is 2 bad Spider-Man films. There's
one is no, because your Star Wars take is incorrect because you don't like the Rise of the Skywalker.
Yeah, but that's not a real film. I'm changing the goalposts
Sure.
a little bit, but
Sure,
I forgot.
perfect.
Yeah.
There was a point in time when Spider-Man: Homecoming was my favorite Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, and that
Same.
happened in probably 2021, back when I watched the three of them, and then I rewatched this. Probably we did a Spider-Man movie special
like 2 years ago, like 2024.
Yeah, when I rewatched for that, I was like, "Holy shit, I hate this movie." A lot of change since the first time I
Rewatched
saw
it.
The only
Loved
good
it
thing about this film, I will give it credit for, and I said this in my review: 2 stars for Michael Keaton's Vulture. Very good. The
Michael
reveal is
Keaton's
cool.
Vulture. The reveal is great.
The reveal is good. That's it.
The
Doesn't feel like Spider-Man to me.
the end fight being in the rubble and saying, "Come on, Spider-Man," seeing himself in the reflection. God, it works so well.
Weird.
Love Spider-Man. It is my 9th, but the fact that you guys have this lower than TASM 2 is depressing and wrong on so many levels.
TASM 2.
Moving on to number 10, my last,
Okay,
Seth's 10th, 9, 8, fun. 11, 10, 9,
I thought
8.
you'd have the title. Maybe I'm wrong. Never mind. You know me.
It's TASM 2.
Okay.
I think that was pretty clear when I just said the fact that you have this higher. TASM 2, I've had a lot of work to get around. I think Mr. Alex Coleman said it best when he said, like, a movie that makes me feel this much is not a bad movie. I don't hate his take in the sense, like, the end death is very good, and it makes me feel a lot.
It's kind of all people speak about, though. It's like the only thing people speak about. That's the problem.
The rest of this movie,
the villains are terrible. Like, I don't like the TASMs in general, but this one specifically, like, outside of that final bit, it has nothing going.
The gone needle drop makes me laugh every time. The fucking Roosevelt story is so bad.
It's so bad.
I can't get over Andrew Garfield's charisma and Emma Stone's I don't know, acting in this. Like, I think
without them
so
two,
fun.
this is like a
without them two, this is a 0, but with them, it's a 3 for me.
This is the one with Electro, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And the dubstep score is so
Yes.
obnoxious. It's very 2012 or whatever.
During the fight when he does the Spider-Man theme on, like, with the dubstep electric powers, it looks
no,
it looks this movie's the best, like, web swinging, the best, like, fighting. It looks really good.
Oh no, I mean Electro. I don't mean the film.
Oh yeah, he looks.
I mean Electro.
Great fight, like the New York fight when he's on Times Square and he
has
sees
good
himself
web
and
swinging.
like he splits the webs using his finger to, like, block it so it shoots out.
I like the suit. I like
the suit's really great
as well. The suit's really
good. Suits are always great in the TASM movies.
Yeah, they are.
Moving on to number 9. It's my 6, Seth's 8, Tyler's 10, and George's 10. So once again, this is George's last. You idiots! It's Far From Home.
I have 8. Listen, that's not bad.
I appreciate that, Seth. Thank you very much. Far From Home's too good to be this low, kids. Like, it's too good to be this low. It's a Disney Channel original.
I don't want to see fucking Spider-Man in Venice, and I don't even hate this film. Actually, do you know what? I like Jake Gyllenhaal in this. I will say.
Jake Gyllenhaal's so good in this.
As Mysterio, I do like him.
I
don't hate Far From Home at all.
The end fight. May saying Peter Tingle, fire all the drones now. It's just so good. So good. All right, number 8. My number 8, Seth's number 9, Tyler's number 8, and George's number 5. That was crazy ranking.
George's number 5.
Yeah, George's number 5 is crazy.
Since when the fuck has he liked TASM so much? Sorry, it's TASM.
Whoa!
There
we go. Okay. Got it back. It is TASM. It is TASM.
When the fuck did George like?
Yeah,
TASM?
right.
This guy's never fucking like TASM.
I like this movie. It's like I don't know, 2.5, 3. Like, I mean, I say like, but I think what do I
give it? 4.
It's a 2.5 for me. I don't like my issue with TASM, and again, this comes from a way of how much I love the Raimi trilogy. I don't like how it recreates a lot of the origin story. I wish they hadn't have done a lot.
You wanted Aunt May to die instead of you're a Tom guy.
I don't like.
I give this a 3.5. I like this.
The Uncle Ben scene. I just don't care for some of the recreations. I think it was a bad idea to do some of the origin story again. And I think Andrew Garfield.
So like Homecoming, raise Homecoming up.
No, that's why Homecoming's a 2-star cam because it's not an origin story and it has Vulture. You know, so that's
I like TASM. I like
2.5.
Yeah, I like TASM as well. I like when Peter and MJ start talking, and 3 minutes later, he's like, "I'm gonna reveal I'm Spider-Man. Fuck it." That's why I say there's not much emotion in this because he goes to her dinner. He goes to her dinner like 5 minutes after talking to her, and just says, "I'm sending this shit. I'm sacrificing my life for this girl. I'm telling her I'm Spider-Man." Very funny.
I would just say, by the way, on their careers now, getting Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield's
crazy.
As the two. Like when we look at him now, do you know what I mean? Kind of wild, isn't it? Kind of
It
wild.
is crazy.
Yeah, both very good actors. Okay, this is kind of fun, right?
This is fun.
77777. Anyone know it?
Yes. No Way Home.
Yes.
It's No Way Home. Yep. 77777. Everyone's got it about the same here. Good movie. Fun movie.
I think actually. Wait, what do you rate this, Cam? Because I know me and Tyler give it a 3.5. Okay,
I give it a 4.
And I think George gives it a 3. Because me and Tyler famously, who do I think I am? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We rewatched it when we did the 2024 episode, and I think I watched it in cinemas and really liked it. Watched it like a year after, and I was like, this is shit. Rewatched it again, and Tyler did as well. I think this is another example. Although it's a bit of a cameo fest, although it's fucking ugly at certain points, and I will not hear otherwise. It does integrate the legacy characters well. Like I love the scene in the apartment with Doc Ock and like Sandman and the likes of. I think it's cool. I think it integrates the scenes well, and I am a bit of a sucker for the nostalgia of Toby and Andrew as well. I think it's good.
Rewatching this, I was like, I have a lot of fun with this, and I think it works well. I just wish it didn't look like that. I wish
if this film looked amazing, we're talking 4.5. Or
if it looked better and if it didn't have so many pauses for applause, a lot of things could be better.
Bro, the portal scene on rewatch is rough.
It's rough.
Like,
it's
outside
rough. Like, how slow he comes through. Yeah.
Is that and the prison scene when they go like reveal Green Goblin and then it's like pause and then you see and then they reveal like whatever Electro or they just kind of went one by one. They kind of gave.
I like it. I like this movie.
This movie's good. Easily before Brand New Day was easily my favorite of the Tom Holland.
Oh yeah, easily. Yeah, same.
Far From Home still better, but this one I forgot to mention because this happened twice during this ranking. Actually, this one and TASM had the same average for us four. So I went to Letterboxd number after this, and obviously No Way Home, Moggs TASM. I think it was like a 3.3 versus a 3.9.
7. What? No Way Home's still got
3.9. Crazy, right?
Wow, crazy.
Moving on to number 6, my 10. Seth's 4, Tyler's 5, George's 6. You guys are idiots.
You ruined it. You actually ruined it.
Shut up. It's Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 3 I've raised a lot. Gave it a 3.5.
You've been doing, you know what you've been doing with Spider-Man 3? You've been doing a bit of the Attack of the Clones thing. We raised it like 2 single
Spider-Man 3, and I think I'm happy with my 3.5 because I love this character. It's the themes of this movie are really good. This is a rubbery ass movie.
You were saying that at dinner. You said it doesn't look good. I think this movie looks fantastic.
The Venom looks
so good in this.
Bro, I rewatched it.
Sandman looks incredible.
Bro, Spider-Man.
He does. He does look incredible. He does. Sandman does look very good. They look great when you're looking out. Go watch Anytime Tom's Flying. It's CGI faces. Or sorry, not Tom. Toby's flying. It's CGI faces. Like his fight with Harry. CGI faces, rubbery ass skin.
Do you think
the movie looks good?
Okay, fine.
No. The movie looks good. The fight scenes are rubbery.
Fine. Okay. But I mean, Spider-Man 3, obviously, I love. I think, like Cam said, the themes in terms of the full circle, man, where he's really just like entering his own hubris. And he loves himself so much, and it's the full circle as well as the first film. It's so.
I was watching.
I love this film so much, man. It's so good.
I was watching Mr. Sunday Movies Caravan of Garbage. Really good. Just great podcast, by the way. But I was watching.
That was a whole lot of words I've never heard strung together before.
Yeah,
no one has ever said
they're an Australian movie podcast. They're very, very popular. They're definitely a great podcast. But whatever. I was watching them talk about this movie because I find it very funny. And what they were saying, like, I think it's more. I think I hate Tobey Maguire being happy more than or he's more insufferable when he's happy than when he's sad, and I agree.
No, but that's the case for every.
Him at the start of this fucking movie is just so insufferable.
But obviously he's meant to be, and that's the that is the case. I know. That's the case for every
him kissing Gwen is so stupid. Gwen, That's so stupid.
Like, but Spider-Man is literally like he's at his best. He's at his viewing best when he's depressed. Like,
I agree. Him kissing Gwen is genuinely like the stupid. Oh, I also put 65. What the hell?
I was about to say this. I'm glad this made it to 65.
My bad. Yeah, right.
I love it. Like, I wasn't. I'm actually quite surprised George has it 6 because George treats me with such vitriol. Guys, 2 below me. Fuck you, George.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wait, George might give it a good rating then. Because
probably gives it like a 3.
3.5, 3 maybe. Yeah, maybe.
For me, it's a 3.5. Yeah.
Obviously, it's 4.5 for me. I love Spider-Man 3. I think it's a full circle moment. I adore it. What do you mean he's crazy? You give it 3 or 5.
Yeah, no, I like Far From Home. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that is true, actually. I think Sandman, by the way, is one of my favorite Spider-Man villains ever. I think Sandman. You can say what you want about the other villains in this. You can say what you want about Topher Grace. You can say what you want about James Franco, whatever. Even though I really, really like Venom and Co. But Sandman's amazing. There's
Topher
no way
Grace
you'll...
quit that 70s show for this shit.
Do you like Sandman, Cam?
Yeah, I like Sandman. What does it matter to you anyway?
Sandman's so good in this. Like I do
Sandman.
Wish he had a more central role.
Yeah, he's gone for a while.
He is gone. I rewatched it last week. He is gone for a while. But I love Spider-Man 3. I'm glad it made it to 65.
It's because,
anyway.
Dude, New Goblin sucks so bad in this. I'm sorry.
I disagree.
I also I don't think Harry and Peter are friends at all in this fucking trilogy. They're never fucking friends.
They are in the first one.
No, they're not.
They are in the first one. Bro, they literally back each other up in the first
at
one.
the start of the movie, and then
no.
goes
First hour and a half.
At the start of the movie, and then Harry gets all pissy because people are mean to his father.
Which is valid.
If I'm anything like it, or if I'm half the man as him, yeah, fuck it now. But then in the second movie, he's like, they get to his birthday party, and he's like, "Where the fuck's Spider-Man?" Yeah, whatever. Yeah. They're just
Spider-Man 3, great. Suit, by the way, symbiote suit, like. The suits in Spider-Man 3 are crazy.
Yeah,
they're so good.
Obviously, what this is, George has not seen it, but my 4, Tyler's 4, Seth's 6, Brand New Day. George hasn't seen it yet, so obviously this was divided by 3.
Should we review it again?
Yes.
Just do it the whole
Full
thing
thoughts
again.
were about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Now, myself, my number 1, Seth, you're 5, Tyler, you're 6, George is 2nd. You guys are idiots. It's Across the Spider-Verse.
Spider-Man 3 does mog, but Across Spider-Verse is great.
No, Across the Spider-Verse, so good. Go rewatch that one. I know you rewatched Into.
No,
rewatch
Across Spider-Verse. Across Spider-Verse is great. I think the art style is undefeated. Like you can say this about both of them. It's amazing, but I think narratively, it stumbles a little bit in its final. No, narratively, it stumbles a bit in its final act for me. I think it struggles to go over the edge. But I think that as a visual experience, it's kind of unlike anything else other than the first one. But this one takes its new heights. It's a great film, but it's not Spider-Man 3 is the problem.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, I rewatched it with Riley when she first watched. We watched both Spider-Verse movies together like 2 years ago, and rewatching Into the Spider-Verse. I'm like, yeah, God, this movie really is just one of the greatest animated films ever. Loved it.
It is insane.
And we went right into Across Spider-Verse. I'm like, man, this just like didn't hit.
Way
like,
better.
Also, with Gwen is fantastic. I just think it gets so overstuffed by the end. I'm just like,
it does.
I don't connect that thing.
The Gwen moments for me, the Gwen and the dad moments for me are the best moments in the film. So.
Yes, and then the Gwen and Peter moments, and then the Gwen and Miles moments, and then a Miles and Peter moments, and then I'm gonna do my own thing. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's the greatest movie of all time. I love it dearly. I rewatched it again this week, and I've seen it 16 times in the last 3 years. How's that?
That's insane. That's insane.
That's good.
That is so
good
insane.
money. 16 for this and like 11 for Into. I might watch this again, man. It's so fucking good.
Why are you watching a 4-star this many times?
I'm watching.
Best movie ever. Talking about it with you guys burns my soul.
Bro, we like it. Chill
yeah,
out, man.
Yeah. All right. Number 5 for me. Number 2 for Seth. Number 1 for Tyler. Number 3 for George. It is Spider-Man 2.
Bro, how are you have Spider-Man 2 at 5? Have you watched the right?
This is, dude, my top 4 are 5 stars.
Oh, okay. I'll let you off then.
This is a 4.5.
Spider-Man 2. Well, it used to be, obviously, we spoke about a lot, Carmi. It used to be my 1. Well, obviously, you'd have had it at 1, but in terms of reversing and making Spider-Man, it's just the origin story takes over. Spider-Man 2, like the relationship with Doc Ock, the final act, the heroism, the train moment. The Aunt May scene is probably my favorite Spider-Man scene ever, to be honest. Spider-Man 2. Perfect.
Yeah,
perfect
I think people go back to this one and get like the Aunt May scene is great, obviously, and her giving him $20 for his birthday is like all she can suffice is like that's amazing and that works really well. I think like I don't think it's wrong to say like Peter in Brand New Day was broke. I think you need I think you can have that much technology if he's broke. You just like he could get it from a dumpster like he used to do in Homecoming. Like that's how they start. Or, you do a montage of him working, trying to make some money for it. Like
a lot of
I think
some people say it was Aunt May's life insurance policy.
Yeah, someone could have even do that. Be like, it's Aunt May's life insurance.
Just tell. Yeah, just
like even that. And I think I think there's different like classifications of broke because you get like obviously his apartment is like a storage unit at the start of this movie.
He's given it. It's like an unused like storage unit because we get the showcase sort of the actual building owner doing that, don't we?
Exactly. And I think that works. But I think if you showed him struggling to make money, that would be, but also they do the opposite where it's like Peter Parker no more. So again, why
have
do
you ever
do the
considered
not-
this Peter Parker in the same like sphere in terms of the working class as Tobey Maguire's though?
Ours? No.
No.
I think, and I think that's what Spider-Man Raimi version does a lot better, no doubt.
That's what I love about it. It is that like real underdog working class hero. That's the thing.
No, I get you, but I think you could. I think like in this brand new day, like in the first three, I you can say he's broke, but he was funded by Tony Stark, whatever. In this one, I truly believe he would be broke, and I have no issue with like him having that technology because he's a smart guy to like find it and re-up it, and also in 2026, you're obviously gonna have more technology than 2004, right? But I think you maybe explain it a little more, whatever. Moving on to number 2, my number 4.
How is it made?
Tyler's 3, George's 4. It is Spider-Man peak cinema.
I think you can take any scene in this and it has conversations with the base. Greatest comic book scene of all time. How the fuck do you have it 4, Cam?
I didn't do this wrong, or I didn't do the math wrong because I'm looking at it right here, but this is my 3. It's not my 4. And worth noting, sorry, I said this earlier. This and Spider-Man 2 had the exact same score and the exact same letterbox score. So I went to Discord. I went to Discord and I made a poll and I said, "What's the better movie?" And Spider-Man won.
To be fair, you could have just
George's 4.
Wait, how is this George's 4?
Let me go pull up my
Across into Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, those two. Never mind. Yeah.
Do you know what you should have just said, Cam? Like, by virtue of
this, also was like,
well, no, I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, you and Tyler both had it at 1. So actually, I did go to like do multiple people have 1 at 1 to see what would be better, and then only you had Spider-Man 2 at 2. Like Tyler's was 3, so maybe I could Spider-Man 2 ahead. But I was like, what's the fun in that? This is like I went to the Discord and asked them, and they selected Spider-Man.
Bro, it's like for me the perfect origin story. Like every sequence in this, you can put in my like comic book Hall of Fame. I think. Bro, when he's creating the suit, the showreel of him drawing that shit with the comic book inspired, like, and the horror inspired sequences when he's after he's first bitten, he's in the room, wakes up and he's got more muscle. Everything about this, one of my favorite films of all time. Love it, love it, love it. And it should be 1, but I'll take it. It's fine.
That's fair. But number 1 is obviously my number 2, Seth's 3, Tyler's 2, George's 1.
So no shared 1 throughout the whole.
No shared ones. Interesting enough. Yeah. Sorry. Tyler's is Spider-Man 2, Seth's Spider-Man, mine across, and George's in 2. So that's kind of fun. But yeah, this is Spider-Verse is pretty clearly the one. I believe this had a
4.3, 4.4, 4.4.
Sorry, I apologize.
I need to check that anyway.
Because it was actually pretty close. It's like 10 points, whatever.
4.4.
Yeah. So we obviously love Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It's been banned. It's been banned from our voting at this point.
Rewatched it this week. Thought it was even better. It's incredible. Yeah, it moved up this week. So if anything, this would. I think this. I don't actually know. I don't know it's 2, but I switched Spider-Man 3 and this week because I do slightly prefer it, I think.
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for that.
Sorry,
I appreciate it. All right, that's that. Moving on.
Let us know what you would change in your Spider-Man rankings, etc., etc.
Let us know if you want to see more collab rankings like that, where we like average our scores.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, I will admit this long pod, and I didn't do my due diligence, so not a ton of movie news. But want to talk box office because right now movies are fucking back, baby, and cinema is back, and going to the cinema is back. So Spider-Man Brand New Day obviously debuted this week, had great numbers. So it's Saturday when we record this. Normally on Sunday, if we do, we'll have like a better box office number, but right now it's tracking to a $900+ million opening weekend. Worldwide, may hit $1 billion in one weekend. Spider-Man has fucking motion. I talked about it. Emma went to see this movie on her own. Absolutely insane.
It is. And it broke the domestic day opening as well. 107
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
yeah,
Cam.
no, I appreciate it.
You do yours. You do yours.
Broke the domestic box office 167 to 173 million.
Whoa!
It broke the domestic preview record at 74.5 million.
I think there was a caveat for that though. I saw someone tweet about it.
Because once again, I think it had
11.
2 days to do it technically.
Yeah, it was a weird
So
one.
it's still not going to break the Endgame opening weekend, which was like 1.3 billion. But
Two, I think
900 million to like 1 billion it could make this week, which is crazy.
we all knew it would make money. It's Spider-Man. It's Tom Holland. It's a reboot of the franchise. But 900 million, if it does hit 900 million the opening weekend, that is like
Yeah.
It's
the word of
crazy.
mouth. The word of mouth is so fantastic on this one too that even like the deniers are going to go out and see this one. Like this is going to be flirting.
Well, it's like a.
Do we think? Okay, what do we all predict? Is
2.1
Spider-Man brand new
billion.
day? Yeah, Spider-Man brand making over $2 billion. I think it'll make.
I think so.
It'll make 2.2.
Interesting.
I think it'll make
Is it-
2.1 is probably a good guess. Too.
Like
No, you
Tyler
can't
was
pick the
saying.
same numbers. Seth.
Yeah,
I'll take
it's
2.05. 2.05.
Okay,
Oh,
fine.
brother, we're going to
So
most figures.
what Tyler was saying as well, like this has the benefit of not just being it's driving home massive numbers anyway, but the benefit of it actually being a good film in most people's eyes and getting massive public, like huge public praise, huge critical praise as well. Like, the numbers are crazy just across the board. Like this currently sits, obviously this will go down, but it currently sits in the top like 300 on Letterboxd, which is insane. It's going to entice more people to watch it. People
It's
who
at
are deniers,
4.2 right now, dude.
which is crazy. People who are deniers are going to watch it. People who love it are going to watch it. Whatever. If you'd have asked me prior, I would have said this is going to make at least 1.5 billion, but it's not going to beat No Way Home.
Like,
now,
frankly,
I think it's going to beat No Way Home. Did we ever think this would beat No Way Home, the cinematic event that No Way Home?
I think the number I gave was 1.6. Was my pre.
I think I said 1.5.
we
Yeah,
when we did our
good.
draft at the start, I did 1.4. Is how much
We were all around the same.
Idiot alert.
I know. But like even like I don't follow many people on Letterboxd, but like Owen and Doug normally don't like these movies. 2.5 I'll take from them. Sophie is the only one that I was disappointed by. Like she gave it a 3, but like all my friends are 5, 4.5, 4. You guys being 4. If George doesn't like this, I don't know what to tell him at this point.
It's gonna be so funny if he does.
I told him he's lost if he doesn't like this. But yeah, just like people like giving it like 4, 3.5. You know, some people are at like some people don't love it, and I think people say it's overstuffed, but like I think people really do like it for the most part.
Spider-Man has motion more than any other character
crazy
ever.
motion right now.
When
Not
you're
only
scrolling down our rundown to find what you predicted for the box office, 1.4 billion.
1.4, yeah.
I got some jump scares looking at that. Some of these predictions were
some of them were bad. They're fun to
crazy,
go look at every once in a while. Good. Okay, but not just Spider-Man. Other movies making money, right? The Odyssey, 52 million, third week box office. Christopher Nolan's highest, still doing numbers even with Spider-Man this week.
Like 700 million now or something around.
Yeah, it's at like 700 million. It's tracking to surpass 1 billion, around like 1.2 to 1.4.
Great.
I don't think. Let's see what we predicted the Odyssey at.
I think I said like
I
900.
said 1.011. I think I just saw on the show.
Oh, I'm fucking
1.028. 1.028.
that's incredible.
So
Was
that's
I the
really
only
good.
one?
That's a
Fine.
really it was a draft, so like you were the only one that got
Oh, is it the draft we did?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
so that's really good. Its IMAX 70mm screens are extended to September 16th because of its high demand.
Why is September 16th special, Cam?
Is that Clayface?
Clayface?
No,
No,
it's
my
not.
birthday.
That's
It's my
October.
birthday. It's my
Oh, happy birthday. Sorry.
It's my
I know
birthday.
that. They got to leave the screen because Seth's just going to be on
The
70.
Praise Seth film reviews event
Yeah.
takes place in IMAX 70mm
Yeah.
screens.
Yeah, exactly.
And then lastly, smaller indie film that The Invite is tracking to do 10 times its budget. Tracking to be about 60 million at the box office. Currently, it's sitting at about 40. Had a $6 million box office or budget, being led by a lot of like 35-year-old demographics. So people are going to the movies, baby. Go to the cinema. This is awesome. This is what you want.
And then like Obsession broke record, like fucking insane records as well.
Yeah.
But it's also weird because a lot of the films that I expected to do so well aren't, like the Moana live action isn't doing like incredibly. I don't think Minions and Monsters didn't do.
Both
Minions and
those
Monsters
were on
hasn't
my
been-
draft.
I
$1
think-
billion. This is not
I think
fun to look
Minions
at.
and Monsters. Well, Minions and Monsters is one of those you just ultimately think, oh, it's 900.
And
easy.
it's making money.
No, but
not
I mean,
making
like,
money.
how much is it made? Like 400 or 500 or something like that.
500 million, I think.
It's definitely less than everyone imagined it would make. It's a Minions movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
Toy
think
Story
that's-
5 crossed $1 billion. So
Oh,
like
Toy Story
some
5
movies are
crossed
like
$1 billion. Yeah.
This has been a great year. for the
Michael
box
hit $1 billion, and we were all very.
Michael hit $1 billion.
Michael hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
And we still have like a Hunger Games movie in the hopper. We got obviously Doomsday. We got Dune Part 3. Like, I'll be very excited to see the updated bar chart at the end of the year of yearly box office.
Spider-Man Brand New Day is making more than Doomsday. Thoughts?
I don't think so. I think we're back, man. I think we're fucking back with
Spider-Man's not in it though. Money. Spider-Man carries.
Yeah,
people care more about the isolated Spider-Man stories in current 2026. I think so.
I see what you're saying, but I think that general audience is fucking crazy. The trailer's getting insane views.
I'm still gonna go Avengers Doomsday, but I think it's not a crazy take at all. I think it's a very calm take. I think
fine.
I wouldn't be surprised.
For the clip, Cam, do you think Spider-Man Brand New Day will make more money than Avengers Doomsday?
No, I still think Avengers Doomsday will make more money just given the numbers that it's doing with trailers. I mean, it's got the big three back: Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. Even though it doesn't have Spider-Man, who is the biggest superhero ever.
Spider-Man is a bigger IP. Spider-Man is a bigger IP than Avengers at this point.
Spider-Man is a bigger IP than any of them individually. It's not. I don't think it's bigger than all three combined. And I'm not saying Avengers. I'm saying the big three.
Do we know for a fact Spider-Man isn't in Doomsday?
I think that was actually
he's certainly in Secret Wars.
They might put him in it now. They're going to see the numbers and just get him to fucking record some shit in a green screen or a blue screen or whatever. I think Spider-Man Brand New Day will make around 2.1 billion. I think Avengers Doomsday will probably make around just under that. I'm going to say like 1.9 billion, something like that. I think it's going to make slightly more than Avengers Doomsday. That's my prediction. People care about isolated Spider-Man stories. He has the motion. Tyler, give me yours.
I think, what did I just say for Spider-Man Brand New Day? 2.2 billion?
2.2, yeah.
I think Spider-Man Brand New Day is going to make $2.2 billion, and I'll say Avengers Doomsday. I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to say $2.5 billion.
Nice.
If you're going to be optimistic, Tyler, you'd say like, $20 million.
I was going to ask this question, but I think
that shit out of here, man.
I was going to ask this question, but I think the answer is pretty simple. Florence Pugh or Zendaya, who's going to make the most money at the box office at the end of the year? They overlap in Spider-Man and they overlap in Dune. But Zendaya has Odyssey and then
drama.
Odyssey and the drama. Okay.
Did the drama make any money though?
Did that make any
money?
Florence
Pugh's going to be in Doomsday though.
Yeah. No, that's why I said it wasn't a good question. It's going to be Florence Pugh. How much did the drama make?
The drama versus
but you get a little no, it's the drama plus Odyssey versus Doomsday. Because
it's still fun.
So it's only 132. That's pretty good. I mean, 132 million.
It's really good. The question is, do we think Avengers Doomsday is making more than like 1.1 billion?
Yes, and it is.
Right.
And it is.
Yeah. Of course.
So yeah, Florence Pugh will certainly be the highest grossing at the end of the year.
But who was there was just a tweet about that. Like they were saying like Tom Holland's about to overtake them but who was just leading the box office?
It was
some
Benny
weird
Safdie.
name.
It's Benny Safdie.
Benny Safdie was leading.
Yeah,
the
he's
box
Bowser Jr.
Mario
Bowser
Galaxy
Jr. and Agamemnon.
Oh, Mario. Yeah.
Okay, and then I have some nerd news. It's my podcast, so we're not doing regular news. But Samara Weaving cast as Emma Frost. Baby!
Is that official? Because like one publication said in talks, one said cast.
I saw Variety say cast.
Fine, yeah, maybe then.
I saw cast, but we'll see. Kaylee Spaney rumored for Rogue. Charles Melton rumored for Beast. We'll see if those come to fruition. It's kind of similar to like Adam Driver was rumored as Magneto, but then he was rumored to be Mr. Sinister. We'll see that. Indy Navarrete has talked to Jake Schreier saying she wants to be Mystique. People aren't like thrilled by that. Fuck that. I like Indy Navarrete after
she is kind of
but Hunter Schafer as Mystique would go fucking crazy.
She's saying like I feel like then she's not gonna get it because she's saying she wants it.
Yeah, that could be true.
Kind of an aura loss.
Honestly. It is a bit of an aura loss. Like it is a bit of an aura loss.
Why?
It's not very Mystique of her, is it, Tyler?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh shit. And then the X-Men Dark Phoenix clip of Jennifer Lawrence saying maybe it should be the X-Wing. That's all we're casting right now. Fuck the dude.
Was Carey Mulligan in X-Men at all? Any X-Men movies?
No.
I was just it's kind of like a passing the torch for the Beef season 2 cast because Oscar Isaac, of course, was Apocalypse, and he's passed it down to Charles Melton. Kaylee Spaney is the next X-Men. So if Carey Mulligan was in it, that'd be an all-time. But no. If you search Carey Mulligan X-Men, all it comes up is Carey Mulligan is married to musician Marcus Mumford. Don't know where that has to do with that.
Shout out is that Mumford and Sons?
Yeah.
Shout out Mumford and Sons. Didn't mention this on what we've been watching. I watched the first episode of Ted Lasso, or first 2 episodes of Ted Lasso. We're back. It's not bad. But there are Mumford
Is
and
there
Sons songs in it.
Okay,
Yes.
I was gonna say
He does
is
the-
So where are you going? with
Well,
this?
Mumford and Sons does the theme song, if you guys didn't know.
Oh,
I did not know
But like the yeah, whatever. But also has a couple songs in the first 2 episodes. I don't know why. I don't know why he's got that Ted Lasso bag, but bangers always. Wonder Man season 2 was canceled. Boo this. I mean, if it's the grand scheme of Disney Plus dying, then that's okay. But Wonder Man was so good. It's fuck that this gets canceled and we get shit like, I don't know, Hawkeye, but whatever.
I guess they would. I was thinking. I guess they would just switch directors if this was the case to disregard. But I was gonna say since
I was
Dustin
totally
Daniel
right,
Cretton did Wonder Man, maybe this is like a positive thing, meaning like they're canceling it because they're like you're getting the keys to, Secret
Spider-Man.
War.
It might be, but
something.
I feel like they would just switch, wouldn't they, at that point?
I think he's got the keys to Spider-Man for sure at this point. But I don't know. Wonder Man's really, really good show. Really great look into the character. I like it a lot. Blade officially dead. Mahershala Ali confirmed. This one sucks because Mahershala Ali would have been great as Blade, but we called it from episode 2. Like if you watch the ReelTok podcast, we are the earliest ever. And I'm not gonna ask anyone to go back and watch all of our clips, any of our Patreon
go back and
members
watch
or
our
anything.
Do it.
If you're able to find that and you can send that to me, I would appreciate it because Blade was never going to happen. The writing was on the fucking walls. That movie was never going to happen.
Well, good for Marshall Ali, like saying it how it is, though. Like, they had the power to do that, and they just didn't.
They just didn't. Yeah, it's their fault. Like I would have loved.
There was a great
Mahershala
casting
Ali
again. Maybe this will be like Ryan Gosling.
And I like Wesley Snipes, but why the fuck did we
Speak
do
about it.
him in Deadpool?
Wolverine
instead of
Yeah, it doesn't really make
Mahershala Ali,
sense.
whatever.
Yeah.
Booster Gold was said to be dead at DC, and then like 5 minutes later it was back. Just different creative team. They don't have a script. It's fucking dead.
I just saw a disgusting film tweet. It's dead, and then 5 minutes later they were literally like,
yeah, it's a time traveler.
yeah.
It doesn't. It's
Okay,
fucking
fine.
whatever. It doesn't matter. But yeah, he's back. So that's the movie news I have. Did I miss anything?
Wait. I want to say some movie news quickly. Did you guys see the thing about Heat 2? Really weird.
I did not.
About how Heat 2, there's a big rumor that it's going to be like put into an extended universe now into Heat 3 as well. Did you see that?
I did see that, yeah, because like Heat 2 is a prequel sequel, and now they're saying that it's going to lead into a Heat 3, which would be very interesting because I haven't read Heat.
But Heat 2 is like Heat 2 is actual like material,
right?
Co-written by
Heat
Michael Mann. But Heat 3 is like, what do we?
Well, that's why it's interesting because I obviously don't know what happens in the book, but Leo famously won't do sequels, and he's obviously very much in Heat 2. So how is that going to go? But again, I don't know. Maybe his character dies in Heat 2. I don't know. I literally know nothing about the book.
It's just a weird one. They're turning Heat into a cinematic universe.
Yeah, it is weird because it's like everyone attached to the cast of Heat 2 doesn't seem like the type that'd be like, yeah, I would love to like join a franchise. They all seem very much the type of actors like, yeah, I want to do this amazing movie with Michael Mann, once in a lifetime opportunity. I don't really want to do like Heat 3.
They'll do like, it'll be like a prequel series of Chris, Val Kilmer's character, when he's like a teenager for like a limited. I can just, I mean, they said in the article I read that they're expecting big things from the box office for Heat 2, which
seems a little weird to me. I feel like that's a little optimistic.
I'm sure I read some of they're expecting like 500 to 700 million. Why?
Because the thing is, like, Heat really speaks to like our parents' generation, who's like, yeah, I love that. That was an all-time movie.
Yeah,
our parents' generation, talking broad terms, just like people that age, other time be like, yeah, I loved Heat, and then it would be like Heat 2's come out, I'd be like, yeah, I'll watch that on streaming. Like that's kind of how.
Are they overestimating the current stardom of like Leo and Christian Bale? Maybe
I think they have been for a few years now with Leo specifically, because he hasn't really like. People always said he's a guaranteed winner at the box office. That's just like not true if you look at the numbers. But I'm just scrolling my news quick. I don't think I really have anything else. So Cam, I'll wrap it up for him. Let me see his rundown if he had anything else. Nope. So we have on Wednesday, we're doing our all things Spider-Man draft that Cam has prepared. And then on Friday, we're going to be doing a Q&A episode for our special Real Quick episode 300. And then on Saturday, we have Real Patreon episode 130. So we have, well over 2 years of exclusive content on Patreon for you to go to listen to. This week will be Oh Brother, Where Art Thou from the Coen brothers or Joel Coen. So go check out our Patreon as well. Shout out to our executive producers, Cole Beaver, Sam George, Dylan Flanders, Stefan Johnson, and Ollie Powell, and all of our producers as well, and everyone who's part of a patron in the Discord. So go check that out in the description down below. That'll do it for our Spider-Man Brand New Day episode, marking a brand new day for the Marvel Cinematic Universe, one that is full of hope and optimism, and hopefully they can keep it rolling here. But next week, I think we have the sex double feature. We have the one night only sex is only legal one night a year, as well as teenage sex and death at Camp Miasma. So we got.
Oh, is that next week? Well, not for
yeah.
me, but I've also seen it, so it's fine.
Right.
Cool.
Yep. So yeah, that'll be next week. So stay tuned for that. Peace.
Peace.